Hello and welcome everyone to a special sort of Baltimore by Night game where we play Mage the Ascension. Whoa!
Baltimore
Everybody
by
cheer.
Magic.
Yeah, I've been working on the name for my Magic Chronicle, Mage the Ascension Chronicle when it pops up. Still working on it. I was thinking maybe like Baltimore City Cabal or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll get feedback for that later. Because that's still months, if not years away, depending on what games pop up. But until then, hopefully you all be enjoying this. This does take place in more or less the same continuity as Baltimore by Night, but seeing a whole different area of the city, whole different group of extraordinary individuals. So, with that, let us kind of start. So, should I start with intros where you read some of your bio stuff, or should we just get into it and let people figure that out later? Well, since no one is saying anything,
I don't know. I don't
guess,
know what you're planning. Like, if you're doing in media res, then maybe it should just be like, we
All right.
go. But if it's
So-
like,
basically, your group is a cabal of what is called Orphans. Orphans are the wizards or mages who have not joined or rejected or for whatever reason are not part of the big groups like the Nine Traditions or the Desperate Alliance or the Technocracy. You're not orphans as in you don't have families or parents. You're orphans and that you don't belong to one of these big groups. Instead, all of you have been mentored by a man named Stefan, who throughout the years takes in people who are have the potential to be awakened mages, but who don't fit in other places or who just haven't found anyone, and teaches them. Now, Stefan was very much a individual who, when he teaches magic, it's more like you do what works for you. You more like one of those kind of hands-offy when it comes to magic, just like don't summon demons, but other than that, you're pretty good. But what Stefan really did have a lot of was knowledge of the politics and how the various supernatural creatures interacted and stuff. So he informed you a lot of what the traditions were, who was who in the city from the traditions you can trust, what the technocracy is, why you don't trust them normally, stuff like that. So he's been a kind of mentor for most of you for several years now. The Chantry, where a lot of you stay or kind of hang out with, is his house. It's a nice townhouse in the middle of Federal Hill area. So it's not too bad. Some of you have your own places, depending on your resource and all that, but that was just a hang joint. We catch up with this cabal when all of you received a phone call or a text, actually, group text, which Stefan doesn't send too many because he doesn't really like group texts. Because once you're in them, you get stuck in them, and people just start talking. You're like, man, I hear they hate this shit. It's like, why'd you add me to this? I don't really
You
care
can't
about
even
any of
figure out
you.
how to get out of it.
Yeah, it's like I just no. We've all been there. We've all been there, especially when work related, when someone just sends you the. So essentially, one said that he needed all of you to come to the Chantry. It's very important. Be there as soon as possible, and you all arrived. But when you walked in, you noticed that the place was in chaos. Things were thrown away, thrown around, furniture broken. And then when you went to his study, the area where he kind of, where you went to learn stuff, he called it a study, but it wasn't like a fancy study. It's like it's where he kept his one bookshelf with like, a few books and stuff. You found his body laying there, blood coming out of several wounds. Looks like he might have been shot, stabbed, or something. And that's where the scene opens of the four of you walking in on this.
oh, no.
So when you first do your character, you can give a brief description and a name if you want.
Okay, so Mathias is a a youngish, like 24, 25, skinny black man with close cropped hair and a little bit of a thin mustache and short beard. You guys have probably seen when he's working, he tends to wear like nice suits, but when he's just hanging out or doing like mage stuff, he tends to dress down a little bit to like running shoes, jeans, and black t-shirt. As soon as he walks in and sees us, he would immediately run over and like try to staunch the bleeding just out of instinct rather than before he realizes I imagine that it might be too late.
All right, Pooty Callie. Speaking of which, Callie, what's Julie doing?
I think Julie would walk in and just be like, "Oh no, what do we do? Oh God!" But like in a way that it makes it seem like I'm not trying to be.
I was gonna say you're really giving off some Willy Wonka. Oh no! Wait! Stop!
Okay, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Our table, it's broken.
Oh no! Our
mentor!
He's broken.
That's going to date this episode.
All right, I need to clip that one.
Anyway, and so she's like, "Oh no, what do we do? I can't." And then she just says, "I need to sit down," and then like sits down. Julie is, guys, she has long red hair and like flowy outfit. She's very very my character, because I tend to make characters like this. She's got rings on every single finger and is probably wearing like a shawl kind of thing, and it's just very lithe and pretty and just delicate looking, and she just dramatically falls on to whatever seat is closest to her.
I love everything about this.
So Julia goes in. Here's the papers. What is Lily's reaction? Reese?
Lily's reaction would be shock, just kind of like standing there in the doorway, just and after like a few moments, she's like, do we call the police for these kind of things? Do we treat these like normal like shootings, or do we call wizard police? What
Well,
do we have to?
Well, one, we'd never call the wizard police. And
I don't know.
Why the fuck would we call the police to begin with?
definitely not the wizard police.
Fucking dead men.
Question for the storyteller. Does it seem like is the body cold? Do I think that we might be able to save him at this point, or?
So you can examine the body, which would be medicine and wits.
Sure. I have wits, so I'll do that.
At least you got wits.
I have so
If,
many dice in my dice tray that I couldn't get my finger in there to pick them up.
So the difficulty for mage, as opposed to, because I'm not sure if Vex was here, unlike with vampire, the difficulty of the dice can vary. It's not always 6 you need to get above. But if I don't say what the difficulty is, assume 6 by default.
Okay, I was here for the assume 6 by default part.
Also, I believe I read somewhere in the book that if you do not have the relevant skill, you treat the difficulty as 1 higher. So I would actually have to get a 7. Is that right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Also, you can spend a point of willpower to get an automatic success. If you
I
need
got
to.
2 successes. I got 2 8s.
Wow.
I know. I'm never going to roll this well again all night. I guarantee it.
Oh man,
Yep,
you
he's
guys got
definitely
2
dead.
successes.
Yeah.
Bryce just cast a spell to save our lives. Nope, no.
Yeah. Examining the body, He is quite dead, and you're pretty sure none of you have anywhere near the skill necessary to bring back the dead. That's a very difficult magics.
So now here's the question, Kevin, because I have 3 dots in life, but also I, as a player, know that Paradox can kick my ass.
Mhm.
I assume my character also knows this, and I'm assuming would know that 3 dots is not enough to salvage a wound this serious. Well, especially because he's not. It's not a wound. He's dead. Dead.
Yeah, he's dead. So what you are aware of, partially, like the dot system doesn't exist within universe really. The Order of Hermes sort of has a dot system because they're a bunch of nerds, but
They all have
it's
spell
not-
levels like
yeah.
D&D wizards.
yeah, not quite, but you do know when someone is dead that you need to have a mastery of spirit also to bring back the dead.
Cool. I ain't got that.
You don't. You also know so far that when you do heal or your life stuff, only really affects you or very small non-complex life forms. In
Okay.
other words, you need life
Like
4
words.
to affect
worms and-
others.
Okay. So EMTs aren't exactly going to help. We need to figure out like Sorry, I just got distracted by Callie like using her body to block family members out of the camera. I love you, Callie's grandma.
I picture her going, and I love you too, random person.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay,
don't
so
think.
what do we do then?
Well, first we need to make sure that whatever did this to him isn't still in the building.
Yeah, I was just saying that's pretty much what Michele would start doing. Just see that.
What does Michele look like and do, by
Yeah.
the way?
So, she did butt in a little with when call the police. She said, fuck that. She's wearing, as Kev is moving, so you can see kind of the picture, I assume is, but she's wearing like black jeans, probably ripped to shit, torn, mysterious, like, looks like she's just kicked the shit out of these jeans. Yeah. Is that the one? There's 2 punks. That's really strange.
Well,
These aren't like specific characters in the image.
that's a
just randos.
dude, and that's the other punk. So
But
if
yeah.
you look around, yeah.
Got some, ripped to shit jeans, got, shirt on, probably with like whatever band she is currently playing with at the time.
Get nuts.
I have a list of band names if you want me to pull a random one. They're all made up because
I have to specify it is me, Cat.
I pulled a Callie.
Yeah, yep, you did. And yeah. And the moment probably like she hears the cops thing, like, fuck that, no, we're not calling cops, and then immediately runs out of the room to try and see if there is anybody else here. And also seeing if there's any like obvious signs.
So roll awareness and perception.
Awareness.
Perception is under mental.
Oh, sweet. And perception. Oh, I have a good amount of dots for this one.
What's
I got-
your difficulty? 6?
Yeah,
I've
if I
got
don't say otherwise, just assume 6.
3,
I
4,
started talking and I remembered
5,
that you said that.
6. 6, no, 5. I can count.
Mhm.
Oh, I can't count. No. I counted one higher than I had.
One thing to note: ones cancel out successes.
Okay.
oh,
All right. So that is 5
That
successes.
sucks.
I'm in danger.
Also note, if you roll no successes whatsoever and have ones,
You can
that's
go
a
into
botch.
negative successes.
It's called a botch, basically a critical failure. They bad.
hmm.
but you have to roll no successes. So even if all the successes are canceled out, it's not a botch because you still technically rolled a success.
Okay.
So basically, like if it's difficulty 6, none of your numbers can show above 5, and you roll 1s. All right. So with your perception going around, you don't notice anyone else in the house. You do know that the back door is slightly ajar.
She's gonna
As in, it's slightly open, not an actual jar. This is Mage. I want to verify that you know that.
Yeah, she's just gonna go crashing out of the door to see if there's anyone back there.
You look, you're not seeing anyone at that exact moment. And as you're searching for that, we cut back to the group of 3 who are in the room with the booty.
For the 2 successes that I got, can I tell what killed him? Like what kind of weapon? Was it like a knife or like gunshots or?
Do you have any like skills in related to knives or firearms?
That's a good question. I have 2 in melee.
In melee? All right, so looking at it, you're pretty sure it's not gunshots because what you would think the exit wound, at least from what you can remember from TV, should be a lot bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But there isn't any. And whatever killed him was very thin and sharp. So possibly sword, knife, magic, pencil sharpener, something.
A fucking pencil.
Can I start like looking around and seeing like based on where he fell, if like a trajectory of like if he was shot with something, did it hit one of the walls or something in here and leave something?
The perception and awareness.
Okay.
Anything Lily and Julie doing?
Fuck me.
That's not appropriate for a murder investigation.
I'm rolling 2 dice.
It is when that's your magic.
Right now, cat.
Mathias, please.
Now that I'd be the first one to be doing that.
So you know the thing that you were just talking about called a botch, Kevin?
Uh-oh.
I got a 5 and a 1.
Let's go. Get out of the way early. Just get it out of the way early.
No, she's just gonna eat all of our bad luck. I mean, literally, I rolled all successes on my first roll, so clearly she's working.
I mean, yeah.
So as you are exploring and like, examining things, you knock over one of his the lamp that he normally would have on the table. It falls off, breaks, sparks some, and the carpet slightly catches on fire.
Oh shit!
What the fuck? Easy there, Matt Murdock.
Try and like stamp it out, and if it's not small enough for that, then I guess I would go try and find a fire extinguisher.
You stomp the fire out. It's not too bad. You don't need much.
Mathias Murdoch.
I am a little distracted because there's a dead man in our chantry. I apologize.
Wow, he's been dead only like less than an hour, and you already claim the chantry as your own.
Oh, the one that we share with him.
Just calm down. Just breathe. Just breathe.
Whatever killed him, it's very small. Like it's stupid, but the first thing that my brain thought it was like darts, or I mean, I guess there's some magic I've heard of that can do that, like laser stuff, or maybe like I don't know, a really, really pointy sword, like what is it, a rapier?
An ice pick might be more commonly found. Just throwing that out there. I don't know.
I guess it didn't look. It looked like ice picks usually have like, at least the one I have at my house is got like a thing at the end. This one was totally.
What's that
You-
mean? Got a thing at the end.
Well,
Oh,
it's
it's
like
got
a
a
little-
gun at the end.
It's
What
got
was
like
it?
a little like flared whatever at the end so that it has more surface area to break the ice.
Not the ones I've
Base.
seen.
The
The ones I've seen are literally just like a neat giant needle on a screwdriver handle.
You're thinking of a muddler.
Maybe.
Okay, well, I use it. as a
Also
nice
makes
pick.
sense because he wouldn't know Matthias wouldn't know the difference either.
I think I missed it. When you examined the body, was there like an exit wound?
It was
It-
not.
it-
There was an exit wound, but it wasn't bigger like a gun would be. Like you'd expect something exploding out. It looked like it was a consistent all the way through.
Yeah, like
Okay.
something really thin and narrow the whole way.
So it probably wasn't something that was flared on.
I was-
Yeah. No, I know you were saying. Like,
Does he have anything under like his nails? I was gonna say like did he fight off, but like he wouldn't have needed to. He could fight you from a distance, I assume. What kind of magic did Stefan do?
He did a little bit of everything from what you know, but he practiced what he called high magics, which is ritualistic style magics. So think like D&D ritual nerd stuff.
Okay. So I'm gonna check his nails, see if like maybe he fought off an attacker, because presumably if he were to try and use magic, he would need time to get it going.
But he can also do every kind of magic.
Yeah, you know
It's harder if you do it outside of the way you normally do it though.
Fair.
So you're again going to attempt medical examination without the medical
I'm
skill.
just fucking looking at his hands, Kevin. But yes. Does somebody else want to do this?
I'm just saying you are.
how would she light it on fire, Kevin?
No, I'm just gonna break his fucking hands because he's rigor mortis.
I got nothing in medicine, and I only have 2
Um,
wits.
Let me
So-
see.
I perhaps
I'm a
look at
dance
your-
teacher. Damn it! What the fuck am I supposed to do with the dead body?
perhaps look
I
at
got-
your- Okay, so
I have 1 in medicine.
okay, just going to say this. I know it's an investigation, but you are not normal people. Look at your entire character sheets and see what all you have.
I don't know what any of this means.
Well,
Ask
what do
him,
you
you
have
know.
that you don't know what it means?
What are spheres?
Spheres are the magics you can do. They're categorized in 9 spheres. Correspondence is the magic of distance and space. Prime is the primal energies of the universe, the building blocks of life. Entropy is chaos and death. Also fate and luck. It's got a little bit too many things associated with it, but hey, life is life, living things. Matter is the unliving, the inorganic, wood, stone. Wood's a bit weird one, but stone, metals. Forces is earth, wind, fire, gravity, radiation, all that stuff. Basically, energy. Spirit is the spiritual world, the dead, the realms beyond this realm. Time, self-explanatory. Did I get them all?
Mind.
Mind, yes. Mind's the one I always forget. It's always right there. Mind can has different things. Like one, it can protect your mind from things, allows you to read thoughts. It allows you to astral project eventually. Allows you to compartmentalize your brain at certain levels so that you can do multiple tasks at once without penalties and stuff.
Damn, that sounds nice.
Yeah, it's mine is one of the is really good at, especially at lower levels comparatively, because you're like, I can have my see one thing one eye, one thing the other, and have totally 2 different sensory imports and shit like that. It's pretty cool. And
What
then
was-
by combining them, you can accomplish more tasks and stuff.
What was correspondence?
Time and space.
Kat posted a little nice graphic in the chat for it.
I'm also about to put
Oh.
it into the Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay.
So correspond is time and space. So let's say you're sitting there and want to project your senses across distance, correspondence. If you want to want to summon something from across the world, it would be correspondence in like matter or life or spirit, depending on what you're summoning.
So
Yeah.
could I don't know if I can do this. You'll have to tell me. I have 2 dots in time, correspondence, and life. Could I potentially use one of those or a mixture to like see what happened a few hours ago in this room?
You certainly can try to
That's
do that. Now,
the-
looking at your character sheet and the paradigm, how would you go about attempting to cast this spell?
Paradigm creations is divine and alive. I don't remember what that means. You said that once. Everything's
Basically,
connected, kind of thing. Is that what it?
yeah, essentially, like everything is part of the one. Like there's an entity that created the world, and everything is divine, and everything is connected like that. Very guess not quite animism, but something similar to that.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how that.
And then,
what that
well,
means.
yeah. So, well,
How do I apply that to whatever I'm trying to do?
well, for paradigm part, it's essentially does what you're about to do go against the paradigm. So, for example, if your paradigm was that, you'd have to like, how would that allow me to turn a vampire into a lawn chair? If you can rationalize it with that, yeah. Most magics can be that's good, but the 2 things to look for right now is your instruments and your practice. So, what's your
Okay.
practice?
Gutter magic.
All right, gutter magic essentially means you use whatever the fuck you can get your hands on, and if it works, it works. They're basically what
Cool.
they're the people who will be like, well, using this wand works.
They're the Nixes of the world.
Yeah. So just
Is that a Hera reference?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
you basically pick up a little knickknacks and paddywhacks and do whatever other people do, and you say, hey, it works for me. And then your instruments.
Dance and music for all spheres.
All right. So that essentially means that for you to cast kind of like your spells and everything, you do a dance or sing or do a little combination of both. And as you're doing that, that's how you weave your magics to kind of fit in what you're doing. So basically you interpretive dance stuff in order to cast spells and everything.
All right. Okay.
So using that for everyone when you do the spells, think of all that big picture so you can describe how you're doing your magic and if it fits your stuff. A good example of that is a lot of there's this one group who are basically Dragon Ball Z monks and stuff, which I think Mathias is kind of like.
Yeah.
They channel chi and like punches and stuff and all that, so certain things just doesn't fit. Like touching someone and turning them into a toad doesn't really work in their paradigm and shit. But like I said, we're gonna play a little loose, so let's just keep going a bit. So to cast this spell, what you will need to do is, so you're trying to see backwards in time slightly, correct?
Yes.
All right, so just give me 1 second. I'm looking here. Oh
This
yeah,
is our
that's
first time playing this game in many, many years.
So
This is my first game ever.
all right, so what is the highest sphere you have for those? 2, I believe, right?
2 in all of
Right.
them. The 3. Yeah.
All right. So this is going to kind of be coincidental magic in that you are in a sanctum of a wizard. So it actually, the consensus within the consensus is how things are viewed, that it's reality. Within the sanctum of mages, it's looser, so you can get away with a lot more different kinds of magics. So it's coincidental. So how that works is you should have a score, something called Arete, Rete.
It's right under
Yes.
spheres.
Yes.
All right.
2.
That's so you're going to roll 2 dice, and you'll want to get above a 5 or above to get success.
Okay. So I guess what Lily would do is she'd put down her bag, because I imagine she kind of came straight from practice or something like that. Puts down her bag, throws her hair in a ponytail real quick. It's blonde, trying a short ponytail. As she then whips out her phone real quick and just starts playing something, just anything.
Metrovania.
Just something, and then she just like, all right.
If it's good
And
enough for the
sl-
Pope, it's good for us.
All right, then not that.
Intergalactic.
There we go. Beastie
Oh!
Boys.
Callie,
Just-
you read it.
The banging and shouting.
Just start stretching a little bit, like, all right, focus, and starts breathing and stretching, and then starts dancing to it. And I guess
Alright.
since it's intergalactic, it's a little more hip hop ish.
So as you all see Lily starting to do her dance and stuff. So roll you 2 Arati. Let's see what you get.
Why
Remember,
are you dancing? I'm nervous.
can
Leave me
spend-
alone.
You can spend a point of willpower to get a success automatically if you want.
I feel like
7 and a
Cat's gonna be
10.
spending a lot of willpower.
What
do
is that?
Do you do that
7 and
bef-
a 10.
All right.
Also,
so
do you do
as-
that before or after you roll?
You generally do it before, I believe. You can double check that. So you start dancing and your mind starts expanding. Basically, you're leaving the world and you're just seeing how things are connected.
Losing yourself to the dance.
Yeah. Seeing it as you're looking, you kind of see the room like rewind slightly as you're peering through time, and you see like it's almost like everyone just kind of stops and just like walks out of the room as and Stefan like gets back up and heals a little, and kind of like rewinding a VHS or a DVD for the younger people or a Netflix
Or Betamax for the older people.
or Laserdisc if you want to be very hipster.
Very niche.
So as it goes, you see him kind of standing there, and then as you look, you see this other figure just enter the room, and the two of them are like start talking in a language you're not familiar with.
Would this
and-
also be it backwards still? Or have I gone back enough then now
Yeah,
moving
you-
forward?
Yeah, you go back into that thing, and then it's going forward now for you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a language you don't understand. It is not anything like you're pretty sure it's you haven't had the best education in like the esoteric magics because Stefan like allows you to do your own thing. But the few times he's like spoken in like ancient tongues and stuff, it doesn't sound like anything. In fact, it sounds very much like a romance language. And that you see Stefan like go to like start moving to cast a spell while the other person just kind of beats him to it and sends these shards of ice just fling through him.
Do I know who this other person is or ever seen this person before?
Roll it would be wits and
Okay.
oh yeah, so do wits and awareness. That's going to be a
Dang it. All right, so 2.
yeah. You're doing good.
I got a 10 and a 2.
All right. They seem very familiar. You can't place the face or whatever, but you know you have seen them. But you know it wasn't like in your dance studio or some kid you taught. So you're thinking it's somewhere in this building. You saw a picture or a reference to this person.
All right.
And as you're doing that, we cut back to Michele. As you run to the back alley, you're looking around. You don't see anything initially, but looking down near where the alley goes back into the streets,
Mhm.
You do see a street person, a more homeless style person who sits at this corner often, panhandling and just trying to get money. So it's someone you've seen by walking by them. So they're someone who's here frequently, so they might know something.
She's probably also given them a bit of money too every so often, And yeah, she'll walk up to them, kind of give a nod and a wave as she kind of.
It's like,
Hey. Did you see anyone come from there? She'll thumb over to the.
But I see people go around a lot. I just saw like 3 or 4 people enter a few moments ago.
3 or 4 people enter?
Yeah. I didn't get like good looks at their faces, but yeah.
How about anybody leaving?
Leaving? Yeah, I saw someone leave about an hour or so ago, I think. Weird.
You know what he looked like? Or what they looked like?
Slightly older white man, little balding, I think. I don't remember. I do know that he got into what looked like a taxi and drive away. He also that's what I remember. I mean, he walked out a bit with a limp, but other than that, that's all about I got.
All right, thanks. And she'll kind of hand him a $5 bill.
Hey, thank you.
Have a good evening. And she'll walk back to the house. Because running after them at this point is just a suicide mission. So
Well, that and it's been an hour. They're long gone.
yeah, she'll return back to the rest of the group.
So did you see anything?
Well, someone ran off about an hour ago, got into a cab and left. Apparently he was limping. He was also white and balding.
Does a white balding man with a limp sound familiar to any of us, Kevin?
Doesn't sound super familiar, but at this moment is when Lily is getting out of her dance. I just saw her doing dancing.
Oh, you just walk in and there's like Julie and Matthias just standing off to the side awkwardly, dead corpse on the floor, and Lily
Intergalactic,
doing
planetary, intergalactic.
You walk in. I just even funny. You walk in, you see Matthias putting out a fire on the rug.
Yeah,
On the chair, like
fanning herself.
It's that community meme of
just has like a
Troy comes back
folder
in.
and is like trying to blow the smoke away. It's fine. Don't talk. Don't ask about it. It's whatever.
Now I kind of want to ask, what happened?
I don't know.
You don't?
How did a fire get started?
I bumped a damn lamp and it fell and it hit the carpet. I didn't
Okay.
realize it was an actual oil lamp. I thought it was just like a regular little candle tea light thing.
And then she'll look to Lily.
Lily, did you get anything?
Oh, that's always really weird. I saw I saw not only Stefan, I saw another man. I didn't recognize him, but I did.
Was he old, white, and balding?
yes.
Yes, he was.
Perfect.
And Stefan went to do some magic, and before he could do his, the other guy shot him with ice shards.
All right.
Oh,
Well, that would explain
Yeah.
that's why we
the
couldn't
wounds
find
and
it.
lack of. Yeah.
It's like that riddle. You guys know the riddle.
I don't know the riddle.
What riddle?
It's like if the guy, you walk in, the guy is dead, and then it's like he's like been stabbed, and there's a puddle of water on the floor, and you can't figure out why there was a puddle of water on the floor. It's because he got stabbed with an ice pick. Or
I
if
heard
it's
he
short of
pissed himself.
ice. Well, I mean, probably that too, but they don't really talk about that part.
Yeah, nobody really talks about that part. All right, so you said our guy went off in a taxi, yeah?
Yeah.
Kevin, I'm going to assume that based on what I know of Stefan, we did not have security cameras outside this building.
No, there's not so much security because those are easily fooled by most magics.
Are we around? Wait, what part of Baltimore are we in? Like, are we around any businesses that might have external cameras that might? Because I'm not looking to see the guy. I don't care about the guy. I want to get see if we can get the taxi.
You're in Federal Hill.
Oh, fabulous! There should be several cameras all over the place. For those unaware, Federal Hill is a very yuppie area that has shops all over the place.
Okay.
Tons of restaurants and little bookshops and
What you're saying
stores,
is
that sort of thing.
Julie fits right in here.
Yes. I mean, I guess we can start asking around, but I mean, even if we find the taxi, they're not exactly going to want to tell us where they went. It's not like
Offer them a few dollars to say where they took them. Not like they're gonna say no.
My dad is calling. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I hadn't considered the bribing thing. That it probably would work really well.
You know how people are here. They'll literally take money for pretty much anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you need it, you need it.
Exactly.
Do you know why he killed him, Lily? Did they say anything?
She's a little bit winded. They were saying something. I didn't understand what it was though. Yeah, it was.
Was it the
It
spell didn't
was-
work right, or
It was a language that I don't understand,
oh, okay.
but it was, I guess, I would say a Romance language.
Oh, like Spanish or Italian or
Sure, but I don't know. I can't tell you. So,
Well,
sorry.
that narrows it down to white
Oh.
balding guys who speak Spanish or Italian.
So pretty much 99% of all white balding guys.
I mean, there are plenty in the city that don't speak either of those, but yeah, it doesn't narrow it down a ton. I wonder if we could do some kind of tracking spell. It's usually better if we have something of the person's. Obviously, none of that is here unless he left puddles of water.
He was
But-
limping. Maybe he got hurt. Did you see if he got hurt, Lily?
I don't remember if
I don't
Yeah,
think you
and
did.
Kevin-
I don't think
and
you saw that. I don't think
I
he
don't think I
mentioned
saw
the limp at
anything.
all.
I think literally he one shot him,
yeah,
and so no injuries. But
yeah.
I'm asking in character, so
Yeah.
And I was trying to remember, but so I don't remember him, but he was also just standing there, so I don't remember a limp or if he had limp before or after, or you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Kind of fallen. I mean, if normally people, if they have limps, they've got something to keep themselves up.
Not necessarily.
What if he slipped in his own puddle?
I mean, it's
I have
possible.
I have to say it. I've limped plenty, but never used a cane. So
Why
no, I
does
will
it
not
sound like a
elaborate further.
euphemism coming from you?
it is 100% a euphemism out of
Okay.
character.
I don't get it.
Don't worry about it.
I've
Have you ever
also-
heard of the Have you ever heard of the phrase
I've-
"not being able to walk straight"?
I mean, when I strain my
Cat,
Achilles, like
I have a question. Did you notice it, realize it before I started to say that?
I knew what you were going to say, but I still regret it.
Oh, you're being perverted
There
again.
we go.
You're being perverted again.
Where's that background?
Unlike some of us who have muscle injuries.
He called me by accident and then talked for that whole time.
I mean, yeah, that's not a surprise. That sounds like
Cool.
parents.
Okay, so what did I miss? What the fuck?
Vex was being perverted.
So cut
We were-
anything
we were
that's not necessary there.
No, it was necessary. It was funny.
It was necessary. It was
It was
100%
character- Character interactions.
So
So we had two questions. One,
Mm-hmm.
did Lily see the man limping in the vision?
the vision cut right before you walked out.
Mm.
Basically,
How
without
convenient for him.
if without utilizing correspondence, which you didn't need, you only were seeing this room. So without correspondence, your magics only affect what you yourself could see here in your immediate vicinity. So if you use correspondence, you could go outside of the realms of the room. And the second question.
Is the puddles, are there puddles on the floor from where the ice hit him?
You do not see puddles.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think to track him, we'd need correspondence and maybe like time or spirit, because you'd have to, correspondence would be following him, and making sure that you're following him and not somebody else would be spirit to make to get the right person, or maybe like time to follow back from when he left.
I have a
have
solution.
What's your solution? Just go talk to the people that might have cameras.
Give me one moment. And she'll walk back outside to the homeless man.
Mm-hmm. Like,
you see-
ah,
Hey, buddy, did you see what company the cab was?
yellow cab.
Yellow Cab? Thanks.
It is actually the name of the company.
Oh, I know. That's why immediately I'm like, yep, I know what that is. And
There's
yeah, she'll-
orange though. It's the damnedest thing. Why do they call them yellow cabs when they're fucking orange?
Never really thought of that. Makes you think. And she'll walk back inside and then pull out her phone and call Yellow Cabs.
Your phone's like little staticky being in the sanctum, but they're like yellow cab company.
She'll hey, so one of your cabbies was at this address and dinged up my car.
All right. Well, if you were trying to file a report, call the department. Oh, sorry. If you need a, that's a joke at Katrina. If you our insurance information is I can give that to you for our insurance, or you could come into the office and fill out some claims forms. We are open for business 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, and from 11 to 7 on Saturdays for that kind of stuff.
Would I be able to get the cabbie's name just so I can?
Sorry, we cannot give out cabbies names. That is a little confidential, just in case you. It's a safety thing. We don't want you to be like, I'm gonna go and kill this motherfucker. We've had it happen in the past.
The fuck is wrong with people?
This is Baltimore,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Can I-
confidentiality. We don't really give out the names and stuff. This isn't Uber or anything. Our safety of our cabbies.
Uber.
Safety of our cabbies is top priority. More so than-
Can I try to use something to convince? Roll something.
Charisma is a thing.
She'll
It'd be more manipulation probably, and something. It depends on how you're attempting to do it, because there's intimidate, subterfuge, stuff like that. So if you're lying about it, empathy, if you're trying to connect on an emotional basis, intimidate, if you're trying to roughen them up.
Roughing them up over the phone.
You
Beating
know
them
how
up.
it is. I want to speak to your
Cat.
manager.
Cat. It's you've heard of working remotely, but have you heard of assaulting remotely?
It's just
get that all the
cyberbullying.
I have.
Yeah.
I've been yelled at on the phone for a solid 17 minutes at my job.
And I think what she's gonna try and do is put on more or less. She's gonna try and convince that, like, look, I don't want to cause trouble for you guys, like paperwork. It's like I got a guy who said he can do it for $20. I just want the Callie to get that quickly. And yeah, I think that'll be, so you'd say manipulation and
I'd say probably subterfuge.
yeah. So 3. I don't have any points in subterfuge, but
So that means the difficulty would be 8 for this, because you're trying to basically tell them, screw you, you won't get fired. Giving out personal information when it's against company policy can.
2
get you.
success. I got a crit and a regular success.
There isn't really crits in this one.
Okay,
so.
so crits, I wasn't sure. Yeah, so
Yeah.
10 and an 8. So 2
Like-
successes.
It's like can't really give you like names and stuff, because I don't want to get fired, but it's like in the car and stuff.
Look, just tell him, if you want, just give him my number. And she'll as I say, I was about to pull that cat, like I would, like I'm and she's gonna do it more or less name drop, like I'm Michele Riley. I don't want to deal, I don't want to cause problems, I just want to solve this quickly.
Who
I'm
dat?
gonna name drop pretty much.
But tell you what, to help you out and to to make it up and stuff, just if you come down to the office, I will personally take your papers and expedite your insurance claims so that you can get this dealt with quicker and make sure it happens. I'll also take your name and number and give it to the cabbie and see if you are willing to reach out to you to solve it on a personal level if you need to. But yeah, I'll definitely expedite it so that we can get you your claim through and get you the money you need for replacement and everything.
If you can contact me, she'll give her numbers. If you can contact me as soon as possible or whenever he's able to, and hopefully we can solve without paperwork. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, definitely we'll do our best.
I'll
Remember,
hang up.
yellow cab company with orange cars.
Thank you.
It
And
just bothers
she'll-
me that they're orange sometimes around here.
She'll hang up. Well, we might get some information in a bit, but for now, you guys have a plan?
Well,
Uh,
what?
I have correspondence, life, and time if you guys wanted to.
Here we go. That'll help.
We could
Well, I
try
was
it.
trying to say it earlier, but you wanted to call a cab company. So I was like, okay. Also, I ate really terrible key lime pie, and my mouth was just
Aw.
like, yeah.
Nothing's worth a bad key lime pie.
Also note that I think Julie and Lily might have almost identical spheres and very similar practices. So you could do some where you can combine magics or combine your effort and do slightly better, stronger effects. It's
Oh,
cooperative
Are they better,
magics.
faster, stronger?
We can do the Steven Universe dances and fuse our magics.
I was thinking Dragon Ball, but okay.
It's the same thing, but through dance.
It's
Well,
the
they-
exact same thing.
Well,
Yeah.
sexier dances, I guess.
Yeah, it's. I've never
Nothing's-
seen Dragon Ball. Also, yeah.
Theirs is more like forms, where it's just like 1,
Dude.
2, 3.
I can no longer watch
Oh.
Dragon Ball because I have seen the abridged version and
Yeah.
it ruined it for me.
It didn't ruin it. It made it better.
Thank you, Team
Like,
4-star.
I can't look at the original one anymore. I just can't take it seriously.
That's the only way I can watch both Dragon Ball Z and Yu-Gi-Oh! Now is only the abridged series because
do-
there's no other version of it.
They do take out that extra fluff in the shows.
Also, Takahata 101 actually now is canonically a voice in the thing. So
He's in Xenoverse, and
yes, he is an actual
So-
voice in it. It's great.
So anyway, so you got those. You also do have stuff on his phone, as well as his stuff in his house that you could investigate and check out things too.
Yeah. Did he seem like he was like friends with him? Because it could have been friends.
but
I
they
mean,
would,
friends typically don't turn their friends into a pincushion.
Yeah, but sometimes I don't let people. I mean, sometimes I do, but other times I don't let people into like my house unless I know them. But that's more of like I'm scared I'm like gonna get stabbed with an ice pick. Obviously, he didn't think he was gonna get stabbed with an ice pick.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, I guess he was, enough that let him into his house, into this place, and was talking with him, chatting, but
I pick up his phone and I open it and I go to the last call that was on his phone.
The last call was so you open it up, you access it, because it's like fingerprint.
Yeah, I just put his fingerprint on it.
So you open up the last call. The last 3 calls were not to anyone that you recognize in the cabal.
I call the first one.
All right, call the first one.
But I do star 69. Does that still work?
Yes, that still does work.
Okay, I do star 69.
Kev looks very confused.
No, it's like my brain was just like, does it still work?
It should.
It's been a while since I 69 someone stranger
It has?
or
I said
strangers.
stranger.
So it goes and goes, and you get to an answering machine. It's like, this is Max. If you know me, leave a message. If not, fuck off.
Hang up.
I
That
guess
was
he's-
Max.
Do we know
Max.
Max? Do we know a Max?
You've heard the name Max before. Stefan, a while back, gave you the names of several people who are members of what he called the old gang, which was a cabal he used to be part of during what he called the Ascension Wars and stuff. And Max was one of them. Him, someone named Crystal, Dan, and
Oh boy.
some sort of sister, or he just called her sister. You think she's a nun. We're all part of the cabal, and he said that if anything bad happens and you need sanctuary and I'm not around, contact one of these people.
Well, I guess that gives us a very easy way in.
Yeah. I'm gonna check the door and see if I can see if there are any signs of like forced entry. And can I use like streetwise for this? Because I don't see a larceny.
Streetwise would work.
Yes, thank God. So I'm not just rolling 2 dice. What attribute do I add with this?
Would be intelligence.
Oh, fabulous. Fucking awesome.
I don't like those sounds. What do you have
Shush,
lower?
Shush, no. Stop.
That's too many dice. We have to reduce that pool.
Oh, okay. Oh, what's my difficulty?
6, unless I say otherwise.
All right.
I'm gonna repeat that so often tonight.
Five
I
You
think.
are, yeah.
successes.
5 successes. All right, so you look, and it does not
Two
look like
tens.
there's any forced entries. Yeah,
Was the
and
door
you do.
unlocked when we walked in?
You all have keys, and it was locked.
Hmm.
But you do know not Dan, the wrong guy. You do know Stefan has a spell that he created on his door that when it closes, it auto locks because he was tired of certain people leaving the house and forgetting to lock the door. It also works on his cat door. Basically, cat.
Wait, where's the cat?
Also, where's the cat?
This is very important news information.
You find the cat in the cat's lounge. It's just kind of chilling in its bed with a little TV on the corner, playing ambient. The channel for animal noises and stuff to keep him
Does
calm.
he have like the little like cat room under the stairs?
He's got a whole half a bedroom.
Oh,
Good.
so
No
he's
one
like
really-
Terry.
Yeah, nobody really lives with stuff on unless you guys are crashing in one of the guest rooms. He also is enchanted the house, so it's actually bigger on the inside.
Well,
Typical TARDIS magic, as everyone refers to it as.
what's the cat's name?
Kevin.
Can I name a cat after myself? That doesn't work.
Name the
Yeah,
dog after yourself. What are you talking about?
I didn't name the dog. You all named the dog.
What's the cat? We did name the
No,
dog.
you named the dog after yourself, Kev. Clearly.
No,
that's
he
the-
suggested the name, and we're like, "That's the dog's name." Anyway,
That's what I-
what does the cat look like? Because that also gives you a good name.
It is a sphinx. Is it a sphinx?
I was going to say it's one of those midget ones with short legs.
Oh Lord, it
I
coming.
love it.
And his name is what's a good cat? Stubbs. Sure. So the cat's name is Stubbs, and it's one of those mushy cats.
STUBZ.
Yeah, it's got a little, and just kind of laying there. It's like, ah,
I run up to Stubbs and I say, "Don't worry, I'll protect you." And then I hold him in my arms.
Pick it up in the little tiny arms. Meow.
Really? The freaking cat?
What? He needs to be loved. His master just died, okay? And
So
maybe
I have a
need
dumb
hug
question
as
for
well.
you, Kevin.
mm-hmm,
I have life and mind.
mm-hmm.
You've mentioned that life works better on simpler creatures than humans.
Well, it depends on the level of life.
Are
Okay.
you calling Stubbs simple?
Okay, it's not as big as a human. It is hopefully a little less complicated. I'm
just
wondering if
in
I
this
can see
thing,
what
can
the
you change?
cat has seen using mind, but I don't know if it works
So-
because it doesn't.
He's
It's
been
not like
watching TV.
human intelligence. Not necessarily
So-
the whole day.
So does it fit your paradigm, practice,
a
and
good question.
instruments?
So my mind magic is done through meditation. So like I could maybe imagine like sitting the cat in front of me and just like meditating and staring into Stubbs' eyes.
But how about the rest of your shit together?
Okay, so my life magic is done through.
You keep doing instruments. The other
Oh,
two
okay,
aspects,
okay.
paradigm and practice, are important. Yeah, you got to think about it within your system of belief.
Yeah,
Which,
okay,
when we create
so-
characters for the inevitable mage game, plan a future if anyone joins me. When you create characters from scratch, you will be developing those yourself, so it's going to be a lot easier for you to conceptualize stuff because it's your character as opposed to the pre-mades.
So Matthias's paradigm is a mechanistic cosmos, which is basically creation is a machine. All things have a specific order to it and this symmetry that everything sort of works and fits exactly the same way. And like he
Divine
would-
watchmaker like thing.
yeah. And like might be a bit of a stretch, but I was thinking like the same idea of what Lily just did. Lily was able to see what's happened here. The cat
your-
may yeah.
Your practice
practice is through martial arts. So it would be basically doing the different forms and
So you are
body
also
movements.
dancing.
Dance,
effectively.
magic,
Yeah.
dance.
That's how they always made fun of me in Taekwondo. Not they as in the people, but my parents were like, "Oh, look, they're in their little uniforms. They're like dancing." And it's like, fuck you. I'm 12. How about that? You know what?
Just
Go to hell.
imagining little 12-year-old Reese going, "Fuck you."
So,
Hilarious.
God, I would not get away with that.
Oh,
Same.
so think for Mathias,
Mhm.
think martial art movies. That's
Yeah.
your magic. You
Tai Chi.
are, yeah, you are the Dragon Ball, the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. That's Taoist philosophy. Big
Yeah,
Trouble in
the-
China.
Yeah, the
That's your
only thing I can
magics.
think of would be like imagining that the spirit of an animal and the spirit of a human aren't that different. And that if I can connect my mind to Stubbs, then maybe I can see something, but it might be a stretch.
Yeah, kind of stretching with the way you're wanting to do it. Just, yeah.
I guess let's see if we can talk to some
Meow.
people on the street and see if we can see anybody that might have had cameras facing this way.
All right.
What was that sound?
oh, I have an idea.
What's your
Uh-oh.
idea?
Well, you're not able to do the cat thing. Maybe I can. Could I so my thing is it's like circles and also movement. So could I possibly hold this my child in my arms?
Already adopted it?
Well, he's got nowhere else to go.
Eventually,
You've
she
escalated
adopted
it.
this cat the second she saw it.
You
His
will
name
be
is
my.
Stubbs.
I will turn you into my familiar.
Yes, absolutely. So if I could turn back time and have
I need like a tick counter of how many like songs we've referenced in this one.
can I use time to see the reflections in this cat's eyes and also draw a circle and trace his face, and that's movement and also circles.
I think you're just going into spinning in a circle as you look into its eyes like a clock.
I mean, could do that.
Because you're trying to turn back time.
Yeah.
So witchcraft, kind of magic. Let me look at your character.
I got you, Callie. I got you.
I'm just imagining the first cat that I ever had that we got way too young.
Did
who-
somebody accidentally drop out of row 20?
I did for 2 seconds and then came back. Wait, no, Callie's not
No.
in here.
Oh, it says my connection to the server has been interrupted at the top of it.
Oh,
So give me a second. I'm sorry. It's my internet.
It's all good.
yeah, you're fine.
Alright,
I don't
so
remember what I was saying.
that's good. Yeah,
Your
so
cat.
Callie. Yeah, so Callie, just heads up, time you can rewind time, as time and stuff, but if you're trying to affect time through the cat, you would also need life attached to it.
I could do life. I also have life.
Right.
Um,
So any kind of magics that you do that is directly affecting another living thing normally requires life, unless it's like I'm shooting a lightning bolt at its ass.
okay. I could do life too. And also ever since I refreshed Roll20, it has decided my internet, there's no internet, apparently, even though I'm talking
Rip
to you
internet.
right now. Which is exactly what happened when I was trying to do
Well,
work earlier.
We can also look at it and tell you what you have so you can roll it.
Okay. I'm trying my best to get it back up right now. I don't remember my password, so I can't bring it up on my phone either.
Roll20 is also garbage on phones.
Another thing to do is those instruments are your preferred instruments you got utilize. So if you can think of another thing that fits your practice that could work, since you're a Wiccan and witchcraft, how would you, as a witch,
Well,
go into the mind of a cat?
I was reading that you guys she is very naive and is childlike. So I would like to pull out a kazoo from my pocket and put it in my mouth and kazoo this. Could do this.
I love this.
Zoo.
Kazoo! All right. I'm
This is amazing.
Why? Is Discord working or is it just my computer? This is like
I put your character sheet into the Discord so that you can
Oh.
see it if that works better
Thank-
than Roll20.
Thank you. It's just Roll20 that's not coming up. for
Yeah,
some reason.
Roll20 is a data hog.
Unless you sponsor us, and then in which case we love you.
I mean, they're still a data hog, but like they'll be a data hog paying for an internet bill, so nice.
So some you could do is maybe a herbal concoction that you drink, which will make you kind of project your mind to others.
Me?
Yeah, I'm just giving you some
Uh,
ideas that kind of fit other than blowing a kazoo into a cat's face.
Well, you said instruments.
Callie, instruments means how you do your magic. Like
No, I
what's
know, but
feasible-
she's also musical. So I like she,
Ah.
you know, she does the thing. So I'm like, okay, I don't know. Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah.
I possibly make like, yeah, I'm going to make like an. Could I smoke weed?
You can. Weed is a bit weak sauce, but go for it.
That's some weak shit there.
Yeah,
Okay,
those
I mean, I
cult-
could do the herbal stuff, but it's gonna take like a million years.
I'm
And I
just
don't have a
saying,
mortar or pestle.
you're in a
Probably
mage's
have one
sanctum.
here.
Yeah.
Okay, well then give me like 20 minutes.
She learned how to
I'll
do
do
all
that.
her stuff here.
Go straight to
Um,
that frankincense and myrrh.
Oh, it's so
I
stinky.
brought you
So,
frankincense.
As Julie is in the lab-ish area making concoction with stubs, anyone else doing anything else?
I'm gonna look around, see if
I
anything
guess,
is
like-
out of place.
I want to look around and see if any of the photos have the dude I saw.
And Michele?
That's you, Vex.
Nope,
I think
I
she
think-
froze. Because you said when
Okay.
we first walked in that like some of the furniture had been thrown about, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna look
Yeah.
and see if I can figure out like maybe what happened. Is it the furniture also torn up, like it was damaged, or
There is some damage from it just being tossed about.
Mhm.
There's no real scorch or any kind of excess marks, just almost like somebody tossed or threw things. And Lily, as Lily's walking looking at photos, you do find a photo that has about 6 or 7 people in it, 7 people in it, and one of which looks like that person.
I immediately grab that and take that to the others. And point to like, there he is. That's the guy. That's the ice guy. It's Iceman.
Oh,
He's a bit younger. And he's got a little bit more hair. It's like almost like up in like a pompadour style hair, as opposed to the bald he had.
I'm gonna like take the frame
Oh,
and
this is
see
a
if I can
shitty
pop it
hairstyle.
out and look at the back of the photo and hope that he's one of those people that wrote what's who's in the picture on the back of it.
As you're doing that, Callie, as Julie, roll your arate as you finish the concoction and are just like drink, smoke, whatever.
Remember,
Inject.
you can spend willpower if you want.
I got a 7 and an 8.
Yeah.
So
What I was just about to say is for magic, you can actually you spend quintessence, not willpower, to get all the successes. Your
Oh.
quintessence, there's a circle underneath, and it should be marked how many you have.
It's not marked.
You didn't mark yours?
Julie's isn't.
Let me look. Hold on. Did I forget something?
It's
If
a-
you
Yeah, mine's also not marked.
Yeah, I think we forgot about
Uh,
all of them.
oh, it should be equal to your avatar rating. So if your
Okay.
avatar is 2, you have 2 points.
Avatar.
It's a
okay.
background.
Oh.
Yeah. So I thought I had
Huh.
marked them all, but I apparently forgot.
So
Oh.
is it
When-
the fork? Is it the fork that we need to have active?
Yeah. So that tracks paradox and quintessence. Paradox goes this direction, counterclockwise, while
Quintessence goes clockwise.
Yes.
All right.
And as you fill up with paradox, you can channel less quintessence. And when you build up too much, bad things happen.
So I have none in Avatar.
I don't know. Did they get
I'm
not?
looking.
Okay.
Allies, contacts, resources, Avatar, and there's nothing marked.
If I wrote it down, there should be a dot.
Yeah, what are the dots next to it?
There's, I mean, 5 dots, but it's blank.
Oops.
No black
Whoops.
dots.
It is
No.
no black dots.
Oops.
Yeah.
How many dots are total? Are in the other backgrounds?
Allies is 3, contacts is 2, resources is 2.
7. So I think it should be 2. Because I think everybody has
Yeah,
9 points.
It's that, but yeah, just put 2. I was apparently we created these in only like 3 hours. So
No, that's
sorry,
fair,
there's
I
that
got-
mistake.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
Part
get
of
it. You
it
don't- you
might
don't
have
love
been
me, I know.
during last night's game.
So then back to the quintessence. Where does the thing need to go?
There's a will for quintessence. Go
Yeah.
clockwise and just mark 2. Just click twice, and it should give you a weird symbol.
The fork.
Yeah. So you have 2 forks.
Okay. Okay.
That fork symbol is the alchemical symbol for prime and Mage the Ascension. Each sphere has a symbol. That's primes. So back to Julie. So you're a rate. Roll that. You did, right?
Yeah, I got a 7 and an 8.
7 and 8. What your highest dot is 2. So okay, you beat the DC. So you perform your little ritual. Give yourself some. Your mind expands as you look into the eyes of the Mr. Stubbs. And you were trying to see what Mr. Stubbs has seen in the past.
Yes. What has he seen besides cat TV?
He's licking his butt.
I would
So-
rather not see
butt.
that either.
So you get into his mind and you go past like the last hour or so. You see Mr. Stubbs walking around, sees like a ball, just playing with it for a bit, walks some more. You see Stefan reach down, start scratching him. He gets about 3 or 4 scratches in before Mr. Stubbs is like, as cats do. And Stefan's just like, ah. And he's like, Mr. Stubbs, you're too cute to be angry at. And then you like hear the doorbell kind of ring, and Mr. Stubbs walks over, and the door opens, and you see this person walk in, reach down, scratch Mr. Stubbs, pet him some. Mr. Stubbs is just like looking at the guy as he walks in, and you see Stefan and kind of approach him in the hallway, and the two of them start arguing. And you actually see some furniture being thrown as the two of them start doing magics. And at that point, Mr. Stubbs is just like, fuck that shit, and goes back upstairs, runs into his room, just lays down and just starts watching TV like,
Sorry.
Hey, keep it down out there. I'm trying to watch Maury.
and Mr. Stubbs just
I'm
hits the remote.
watching here.
Oh my
He hits the
Who's
rem-
the
he hits-
father?
He hits a little remote and turns the channel to what he wants.
Animal Planet, my favorite. Here we go.
So like it's partially a joke, but Terry genuinely is fascinated by Animal Planet, but
Well, yeah.
only when it's puppies. Cats, other animals, does not give a shit about. Adult dogs don't care. Puppies, rapt attention. Anyway,
Yeah, so that's what you see in your vision as you kind of hear later, like, hey, I found a picture of this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I walk out with Mr. Stubbs.
Sorry.
Is Mr. Stubbs the kind of cat that you could put on your shoulder and he'll just stay there?
He stays often. He prefers like the more long method, but
Okay, I put him
Makes
on
him-
the.
Scarf.
I'll use him
Yeah.
as a scarf then.
yeah, it makes him feel like he's got longer legs.
He likes to feel tall. I will kill anyone that hurts this cat. Like 100%. They are dead.
So as you open up and look on the back, you see names like Max, Dan, Crystal, sister Marie, and you see this guy and his name is sorry, my mind just went blank with the name I had picked. Fuck me.
Rob.
Oh,
And
good
Bo.
name.
Yeah, we'll just go with Robert. That's a good basic name.
All right. Well, we know his name.
And the year in the picture is 1978.
Dan's there? I thought
Yeah.
I would, for some reason, assume Dan was younger.
He looks a lot younger.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was a joke in Baltimore by Night at one point. He mentioned how old he was, and I was just like, is everyone older than us? And Kevin's like, yeah, in this room.
Now, in this picture, Dan does have a big old 70s kind of fro going on,
Oh,
as
yeah.
opposed to the dreads he gets he started with a little bit later. He's got like a Chicago Bulls shirt on, and then like a it's a really horrible outfit. It's like a Chicago Bulls jersey kind of thing, but then he's got like a Hawaiian shirt over top of it, but opened up. You don't think Dan has good fashion from the photos you've seen of him?
Well, I always. Is he good now?
No, he
No.
wears Hawaiian shirts.
Okay.
Who's
Oh, okay.
Dan? In Baltimore by Night.
He's the guy
He's
who
the
hangs out
wizard.
at Mari's cafe and with Tommy, and he's the wizard.
Is the person I met ever so briefly last
Mhm.
episode. Completely
right, yeah.
fucking destroyed his concept of reality.
Yep. Yeah.
Fuck that guy. From Sean's perspective, fuck that guy.
No, I mean also kind of fuck that guy a tiny bit, but like, yeah.
Just saying, that guy's charges like $1,000 per
He
session.
does because I overcompensated him on the first session, and now I can't go under that.
So you can't feed them or they come back.
But yeah, so that's the names on the back, and you got the date.
Well, Stefan had mentioned that Max is safe to go to, so we could go to him and ask why Robert might have did this.
I think that might be a good idea. Yeah.
Okay. What did we do with Stefan? We just close the door and say goodbye? Did we just like? Did we get a rug?
we should put something over him. Okay,
I'm
like,
sorry, just
so-
imagine you going grabbing a throw pillow and just putting it on top of his face.
no, like a sheet.
I was
Just
Oh,
be
no.
respectful of the body. Okay, so like
speaking
we
of being respectful of the body, I had the thought that we could just like animate him and have him walk into a closet.
Are we gonna weekend at Bernie's Stefan?
okay.
Are we gonna
So-
take him with us?
So let's not take him with us. I honestly don't think that anybody's gonna walk in here other than us because like he's got this place warded out the wazoo, I'm sure.
Does that stick around if you're dead? I don't.
I mean, is the door still locked, Kevin?
You
Apparently,
do know
some does.
Stefan did teach you that powerful enchantments, artifacts, which are known as wonders and relics and stuff, do last after the death of the mage, hence why you can pass down magical rings, wands, swords, necklaces to people throughout centuries and generations.
I have something to say.
Yeah, what's up?
If we leave him here And it starts to get a little bit suspicious that he has not come outside or done anything, and he's still here. There's a hobo outside who saw 4 people walk into this house, and this man is dead.
Oh, no, are we going to kill someone else?
We're not gonna have to kill him. He's a hobo.
He's a good guy. I give him money every so often.
Like,
I don't know.
Also, I don't think they're gonna get suspicious about it if it's only been an hour. It's not like it's been 3 months and he hasn't shown up.
he's not.
And it's not
Does
like
Mark
I'm
have a
assuming.
day job.
No.
Yeah,
I
like
was
who's-
saying it's probably he's
offense,
probably
but
also a
he's gonna
shut-in,
miss
I
him.
assume too.
I don't think that many people are gonna come looking for him to notice that he's gone just yet. But we do need to make a decision before the body starts to stink, because that could draw the authorities, and I do not want to deal with that.
You can put him in the fridge,
We're not putting him in the fridge.
in the freezer.
No.
It'll keep him from smelling.
What about the blood on the floor?
No one's gonna come in here. We're the only
Yeah.
ones who have access to it right now. Well, him and this and there here in his.
What if a FedEx guy comes to the window and he's like, I need this to be signed, and he looks in the window and he sees blood on the floor?
Over the windows. I assume the man has curtains.
Look, I just overthink a lot.
It's
I never knew.
it's understandable. It's a lot.
Okay, how about we do this just so way it's just out of the way. Let's take Stefan and put him like in his bed or a chair or something out of this main room. And whatever mess is on the floor after we pick him up, we clean up or move out of sight, close all the windows, lock the door behind us. That way no one comes in or peeks in.
Yeah, all right.
Feel
Does that
like
seem
stitch
fair
up
enough?
the-
Sounds like a happy medium.
Throw a bunch of peroxide on the floor.
Yeah, I'll go get a sheet so that we can put Stefan on it and then
Alright.
carry him to his bedroom.
Did you want to grab trash bag instead so the blood doesn't stain the sheet?
Yes, and also we should make sure that the door is closed or take the cat with us, because I love Stubbs, but he will eat him.
Well, we're taking the cat with us. I thought
Okay,
that
I'm just
was
saying.
implied.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
I've heard
So,
some horror stories.
I'll cradle the head.
We
So
know
you-
the-
So you wrap
You're gonna
Stefan
get out
up
of this
in
body.
a trash bags, put him onto a chair, clean up some blood, grab Mr. Stubbs and Mr. Stubbs' traveling kit, and head out the door.
Yes,
Yes, Mr. Stubbs has a smaller suitcase of his stuff that he travels with.
of course.
You know,
Does he have a little business hat that he also wears when he takes his briefcase?
He's got a little harness and a leash.
Stefan prefers to put him in one of those cat carriers
Oh
that
my-
you wear in the back.
The fucking bubble
Ooh,
backpack.
the bubble!
I'm so sad this guy is dead because he sounds like a fucking delight.
I'm sorry we never knew you.
I mean, we did technically know him quite a bit.
One of our characters did. We didn't. We just
Best-
know him as the guy who had a bubble backpack for his cat.
And a little suitcase.
In a suitcase. Yeah,
And also
Oh.
trained us how to do magic.
that too.
The lesser stuff, yeah, but
Whatever.
the rolling suitcase and the bubble backpack, that's where
A rolling suitcase? I thought it was like a little travel pack that you put like your toiletries in. No, it's a full-on suitcase. Okay.
well, the cat needs shit.
I want to say shit, but I feel like I literally did that the last time that I took Terry on a like 2-hour drive. But yeah, okay. Anyway,
So where are we going?
we're gonna call Max.
Right.
How do you call him?
Does he
We
have
were
a-
told to contact him if we needed to. I'm gonna assume that Stefan gave us a phone number or an address.
Well,
It's also in Stefan's
He's in the
phone.
number.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
I forgot that.
Didn't Julie already try that? He didn't leave a voicemail.
Yeah.
She's star
I didn't leave a
69 him.
voicemail. That's right. I'm gonna
Yeah, maybe-
not star 69.
Yeah. That's what happens. You star 69 someone, they just never get back with you.
Yeah, just regular 69M. Yeah, no. I guess we should just call from Stefan's phone. He might be more likely to pick up.
We did that.
Yeah, but we did that with the
Well,
number
we
block,
start
so it
69
wasn't
though.
him.
Fair. Let's call it. Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
like a good idea.
So you call after a few rings, just he was like, Stefan, are you all right? You sounded a bit panicked
Hello.
when you. Yup, not Stefan.
No, not exactly.
Wait, am I on speaker?
Are we on speaker?
Would Julie have put us on speaker?
I picture Julie being the kind of person who every phone call is on speaker, if not in public.
Yeah. No, it's on speaker.
Oh, for all the world to hear. Great. Okay.
Well, she said when
What's
not in
going on?
public.
Where's Stefan?
He's dead.
What?
He got shot with ice by Robert.
Speaking of
son
the
of a
whole world
bitch.
to hear.
You put it on speakerphone. This is your fault.
Yeah, I mean, you did. Like,
You wanted to be subtle. You should have talked to him personally.
Yeah, what was I supposed to say to him? He's
We
dead.
have Mr.
Like,
Stubbs.
just like,
can we talk in person somewhere?
Yes. Well, since you have his phone, I will text you my address. And you can meet me at my sanctum. This is curious, and yeah, so definitely get here as soon as possible.
Will do. Where is the address, Kevin?
He gives you an address. It's
That's
not too far from here.
Real
I
quick.
found-
Real quick, just because this is a real life thing I've had issues with. Do we change the password on his phone so that way we can still get into it?
We should maybe
Yes.
do that. Yeah, let's do
Wait,
that. 'cause
So you've had a
that's-
dead
Yeah.
body that you've had to take someone's phone with?
Yes.
Like-
Yeah, work is really weird sometimes with their phones.
What?
I feel like it's minus the dead body part, Kevin, and just like minus the person.
They
So
just
like
give
you
me
have
the,
the phone, but not
they
the
just give me their phone
person.
and they
They fuck
Oh.
off.
they iCloud lock it, which you just can't get into the phone, and it is now a piece of shit.
It's a brick.
You throw it in the parking lot and dance around it.
All right.
Eh,
So if I'm not mistaken, Max actually it doesn't live too far from Stefan's, so you arrive at his sanctum sanctorum, which is a popular term now among some mages because of the Doctor Strange movie. Because one thing mages love to do is adopt the terminology that popular media does in order just to be a bunch of sillies.
That sounds cliche.
hmm
Have you met these assholes?
No.
Okay, valid.
As you approach the door, it just kind of opens for you.
Okay, that's normal. Is it like a regular house? Are we still in Federal Hill?
I think did I say there was some Federal Hill in our last game that you met him in? That one shot?
I don't remember. I know it was very close to the community center.
Yeah.
So
I think it was, but yeah,
probably because we're in Fed Hill.
yeah, so it's a pretty nice one. But as you enter, he has, as I called it earlier, the TARDIS principle, where the house is quite a lot larger. In fact, even from the outside, he did take, I believe, it was two of the townhouses that were next to each other and merged them into one from the outside also.
Yeah.
So you walk in, and as you do, you see a older gentleman standing in front of you. He's wearing slacks, a black turtleneck. They are navy slacks, black turtleneck. He's got a short white and black beard, like white with a pepper or the peppering effect, and the short same thing with his hair. And he's carrying a what appears just to be some kind of cane in his hands. He's just like, You are Stefan's
Uh,
proteges, I believe.
yeah.
What happened? Follow me to my sanctum or my study. And his study is actually a library kind of thing with multiple layers, and you see 4 really big armchairs to sit in. There's also a fireplace, which on the outside you didn't think there was a fireplace in this place, but you see one. He just kind of sits down. It's like, talk to me.
I look to the 2 that actually saw it.
Do you want to go first?
I mean, you saw it first. I saw it through the eyes of a cat, so I mean,
Yeah, but we didn't hear about that. So what was that like?
I got a lot of scratches. There's a mosquito in my lamp. Sorry. Got a lot of scratches.
I'm pretty sure the cat
I
would
was
also
100%
know that.
imagining that's like cat brain still going, and
Yeah.
like there's a mosquito. I need to
That's
kill
not
it.
just my brain. That's
And you
not
just-
just my brain. It's seeing the mosquito.
The cat's just
lamp.
like went after the mosquito.
The like angry chirps.
Got it. I got it. Sorry, I'm gonna wash my hands. I'll be right back.
All right, I'll go first. I did my magic and I was able to look back an hour or so, and I saw who we figured out was Robert talking with Stefan, and they were speaking a language I didn't understand, and then before Stefan could use his magic, Robert iced him, pun intended.
He threw ice shards of ice at him that pierced him all over, and he bled out before we got there.
What did you see, Julie?
I saw him walk in and give scratches to the cat and then throw some crap all over the room. And then the cat got scared and ran upstairs and started watching Maury.
Mr. Stubbs does like Murray.
I'm just imagining that Julie has the cat backpack on, and the cat's just like lounging against the bubble, just staring at us.
Inside is a tiny TV.
He just has his own little phone that just plays YouTube. Oh, God, I miss that cat from my old company. I
So
had a little cat
Mhm.
toy
Yeah.
app on my phone, and she would smack it and chase the phone around. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, Stefan did call me not too long ago saying that Robert had contacted him and was going to pay a visit to his old friends. And that's the last I heard from Stefan, and that was about 3 or 4 hours ago.
So I'm guessing he's not in the Cool Kids Club anymore.
No, Robert betrayed us to the Union.
Cool. So if he's reaching out to old friends, maybe we should, or maybe you should check on the others.
Maybe, yeah.
Yes. I could use your, if you're willing, some help.
I mean,
Sure. I mean,
yeah.
whatever we can do.
All right. Because there's several of us, and some of us
That's what
have a
killed
lot of.
Stefan.
Yeah, several of the old cabal have many wards and spells to prevent from people just showing up at them, which makes sense.
Would it be easier to just go and knock on the door the old-fashioned way?
And that's why I was asking if you need it.
Oh, okay, to cover more ground. Okay, yeah, no, we can definitely do
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
All right, so I know how to contact most of them. We are still on good terms, but 2 of them, I'm not on the best terms, but not the worst. I have,
Were they in good terms with our mentor?
yeah, several of them are on good terms with Stefan. Yeah. So He's like just trying to think which ones would be best for you to go to versus for me to visit. How do you all feel about drugs and clubbing?
Hell yeah. I'm in.
It's fine.
I'm fine with dancing. Drugs, not so much.
Does nudity offend any of you?
Not really.
Oh, good. You can go visit Crystal then.
Awesome. I'm in.
This is Kat who knows a little bit of like out of character stuff about who this woman probably associates with.
Yes, she's her and I don't get along as much as I do with some others. So yeah, here's her last known address. It is in the city.
Okay.
So if you you have a car, or do you need to
Yeah,
borrow
I-
one?
I have a car we can all fit in.
Okay. Because I have 2 cars. You could have borrowed one if you needed to.
I mean, I don't like the idea of it, but would it be faster if we split up and
Well, I was going to contact the others.
oh, okay. Well then
Well, unless you get done first, and then I can give you a second person to visit if you want to. Okay. Some of them it's easier to contact than others. Like Dan. Dan's very easy to contact. In fact, I contacted him not
Okay.
that long the other day. He actually sent some friends to collect a item over here for me.
Wow, what is it?
Well, it's an anathema. It's a magical device to allow one to channel magical energies through it. It's made
Oh,
of
like
dragon bone. He pulls out a dagger, and it looks like it's made of steel, but it's got like more rock-like texturing on it.
when you
and a
say
wooden handle.
dragon bone, is that like a metaphor, a euphemism? Oh, okay. It's just dragon bone. Okay, cool.
That's
Yes.
cool.
Cool.
I also have a flute made out of ogre rib, or an ogre femur. Sorry, not ribs, it's femur.
I don't know why, but that seems way more believable to me.
Yeah, actually, a lot of what you would people would consider just stone artifacts or stone fossils are actually prehistoric creatures that the consensus has put a veil over, so people don't think it is what it really is.
So dinosaurs could have been dragons?
Were just
Yes.
names mixed up and stuff.
There were dinosaurs, there were dragons, and there were in fact dinosaur dragon humanoid beings at one
That's
point.
terrifying.
That's so cool.
I wasn't
Yeah.
aware of that third one.
Yeah, it's long ago, from what I understand. Granted, it was a spear talking to me, but so sometimes their perception of things is weird. But anyway,
You guys and your drugs. Let's go talk to these people.
I don't
Yeah.
use drugs anymore. Not since that experiment in the 60s with the CIA.
Anyway,
Is that the LSD water?
That's what they call it nowadays. So you drive to Crystal's.
yeah.
Good.
What's her place look like?
It is a converted old warehouse. The bottoms is it's called Magenta's Art Studio, and it looks like it's an art supply place where they sell art supplies, canvases, paints, things, all that. And then according to the sign on the top floor are several studio apartments or just studios you can rent out to do stuff. And according to this, she is in the largest apartment.
All right, that's easy.
Yeah.
So you go to, you see her door. It's got a sign that
As we're like
says,
walking up to the door, okay, so how are we going to open this conversation? Because last time was kind of haphazard.
Yeah, I already went. It's one of your guys' turn.
I was just gonna say, hey, we were sent by what was the other guy's name? Dan?
Max.
Max. They said by Max. We're trying. Stefan passed away. We're trying to get the guy. Trying to kick the shit out of Robert.
Fantastic. And I guess I'll ring the bell or knock on the door.
As you knock, there's a sign: no solicitors or loitering. Exceptions: Joe Corby pizza sales and Girl Scout cookies would take some attendance. So you knock on the door, and as you knock the third time, the door kind of opens, and you just hear a voice from inside. It's like, "I know you're there. Come in."
Shall I walk in?
Go in.
And as you walk in, I know some of us
hesitantly
know.
walk in, like,
I know some of us know the smell, some don't. But you think some of you might just got a slight contact high from just the infusion of marijuana and other drugs in the air.
Oh, it reminds me of home.
yeah, it stinks in here.
I like this place already.
So you go and you see paintings like on the floor, on the ceiling, on walls, on no, the things, easels. Yeah, that's it. My brain blank there. There's like paint everywhere, and you just see this woman like sitting in the center of the room with like a canvas in front of her, kind of like painting. She's got multicolored hair. She is as naked as the day she was born, but her body is covered in paints so that it almost looks like she would be wearing clothing. When people paint themselves,
Body
clothing kind of
paint.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah. And she's just sitting there, and there's like a bowl next to her, a bowl, with smoke coming out of it and stuff. And she's just, and you're looking in like one picture, you just see what looks like the city's on fire and stuff. You see another one that like depicts some people you don't know in a city, like bunch of army people killing individuals and stuff. And she's just like, "Hello, I'm Crystal."
Hi.
Hi.
He just kind of stands up, approaches you, like, "How?" And her hair kind of does the Lady Godiva thing, just like whoop, covering up things.
Convenient.
Yeah.
Convenient.
She's like, "I was just drawing you."
Fantastic.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
It looks lovely. Okay, and the painting that we're in, is like the city on fire around us?
It is the four of you knocking on the door, and it's like
Oh, okay.
photorealistic painting.
Okay, that's weird. That's creepy, but okay.
Yes,
That's
I painted that a couple days ago. How can I help you? I can see often things, but not always things I want to see when I need to see. But things I see, I often see. I just let the universe guide my hands.
All right.
Oh, did you wish to join the the group I'm with? We're always looking for new recruits.
Fortunately, we've got a bit of bad news. We were sent by Max.
Oh, I don't. Him, yes, we don't get along like we used to. He's become very much a stick in the mud, so to speak. He used to lecture me a lot about my dependence on certain things. What does the old man need?
We're trying to find Robert. He killed
Oh.
Stefan.
What? Stefan? Oh, I like Stefan. He was cool. Robert did betray us, and it's only a matter of time before he would come after us. That's tragic. What? When was this?
12 hours ago.
Oh, so relatively recently. Yeah. Good. I was half expecting me to begin the news days later, but thank you for coming and telling me so early. And
We figured the rest of you guys might be in danger if he went after Stefan, so
Yes, Robert did leave us under a very bad cloud. He did betray us to the Union and then fell into the dark, dark stuff.
A question for Kevin. Would we know what the fuck the union is?
Yeah, you're pretty sure it's a technocratic union,
Okay.
which is the a group of mages who refuse to accept that they're mages, who basically wish to have control and order of the world in order to protect it from the horrible darkness of everything else in the world. But they started with very good intentions, but for the most part, partially have gone to a little bit too far on the side of control.
They've gone from technocratic to autocratic.
Yeah, but they're not 100% bad guys, just like the traditions are not 100% good guys. They are a very mixed bag. For example, the Technocratic Union, when it comes to progressive ideas like LGBT stuff, is far more progressive and accepting than most of the traditions. Because they changed their mindset with science. They also the ones who killed a third generation vampire that threatened to destroy the world. So
That too. You know.
haha, they got one up on the traditions. But yes, he's like, yes, he betrayed to the Union, and then I think he might have fell and went into the very darkness. That betrayal was deep cut. I think he might have become a Nefandus. He was delving into the dark infernalisms.
Have we
near
heard
the
of
end there.
Nefandi before?
Yes, Stefan did mention the Nefandi, and the Nefandi are just evil with a capital E. There's no cutting one way or another.
The no fundy. All right. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember him talking about that.
Yeah, the
Sure.
Nefandis were like during World War II, like, hey, the Nazis, you guys are cool, but you can do better.
Yeah, they're
They went up to the Nazis and went, "All right,
Hey, bro, watch this trick."
Let's take this up a notch. I mean, those
Yeah,
are beginner
Yeah.
numbers."
yeah, the Nefandi were basically trying to use the Nazis, which just a lore thing. The Nazis in this world were a human evil, no supernatural thing controlled them. But then the Nefandi are like, this shit is the beginning. We're going to use this atrocity to destroy the world. And then they got stopped by an alliance of every other mage group in the world, basically joining forces. Are like, fuck this shit.
we don't want to die. Dying
Yeah.
fucking sucks. Okay, so we warned you. Did Max
Yes.
say whether he was going to go talk to Dan or Sister Marie?
He said after you talk to him to give him a call, and he would tell you who to see next.
Okay. If you give me a second, I'm gonna step out for a second and I'm gonna call Max.
Meanwhile, Michelle's gonna. You got any more of that stuff? It smells pretty good.
What do you what's your poison?
What's your
name?
poison? Yes.
What's the hardest stuff you got? For a note, actually, I forgot. I forgot to actually mention. Probably Michelle's like 20s or like 19, 20. I think it's because.
Yeah. So Chris was like, well, I got a lot of stuff, though there is rhyme and reason to the drugs. It's not just utilized for just pure pleasure. It's also used to expand the mind and the essence to go beyond the mortal frame. That's why we in the Cult of Ecstasy, which we are trying to rebrand, we generally use uppers and stuff. We don't use downers, so I don't have any of those because that kind of dulls your senses. But as uppers
It's not
go,
as fun, anyways.
yeah, alcohol and all that stuff now. But hallucinogens, I got several kinds of mushrooms. I got some LSD. I got the I got 22 different kinds of marijuana, some
I'm
peyote.
gonna go check on Mathias.
Like, but yeah, so I'm not sure if we can handle the hardest shit I have, but I can give you some good.
Give me
Yeah.
something good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know you know your stuff.
Yeah, the hard stuff is infused with magics and stuff. So if you're not used to it, it generally will kill someone first time until you build up resistances. That poor man.
Poor mailman.
Just gave it to him. You delivered my package finally. It's only been 7 months. So Michele, roll stamina and and athletics.
Stamina and athletics.
Difficulty 7.
Jesus. All right. So I have 1 stamina and 2 athletics. Let's go. I got 3 successes. I got a 7, an 8, and a 9.
So I start smoking, and you do not have a bad trip. It is a good one.
A rock star. I know what I'm doing.
Do you like deal this out?
Technically, no, because I generally don't accept money for it. But I do help those who need help expanding their consciousness to higher planes and higher existences. I do help them by offering various things, by matching it with their needs, so that they
Reese just
can.
got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crystal gives the best Christmas gifts.
Do you normally give it to other people in your group to gift to other people that they know?
Well, most of the people who are in the hold on, I'm trying to remember the proper new term for us. Hold on. Again, the PR and everything, we're trying to change from the Cult of Ecstasy name, not nomenclature, because people think that just means all we're about is sex, drugs, alcohol, and there's actually more to our philosophy and things.
It's sex, drugs, alcohol, and other stuff.
Yeah, so we're also called the Shahayiva. It's based on the Indian roots where we come from, the initial philosophies. But yeah, I do give out stuff. Yeah, so people who need it, or sometimes, yeah, there's actually a group of people I occasionally smoke with down at this little shop. It's pretty cool. I show up occasionally there. But yeah,
What kind of shop is it?
it's a bookstore. So
Dang it, Cat.
Would you do you need something? Do you have a friend who needs something?
No, but I'm always out, looking to meet new people. And I was thinking I could possibly take a little bit and
Give it to Stubbs.
No.
Oh.
No.
Would you like to have special tea infusions? I have some of those.
That might be cool.
Yes, let me go get some. She picks up a box.
Tea that can get you high. This is a dangerous woman and all.
That is an actual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that how you take mushrooms typically?
Depends.
I guess it's not really a tea. You just kind of.
But no, literally, you can
boil 'em.
infuse CBD into everything.
Well, yeah, it's just oil.
It's great.
You could
As
also,
somebody said.
you could also do the hallucinogenic, like honey in your tea or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She brings you back a little bag full of loose tea and kind of stuff. She's like, "This is especially enhanced. It's not super strong like your friend Michele is having, but it will relax and allow your senses to expand."
Do I owe you anything for this? Because I don't have any money.
Oh no.
Callie,
check your resources just to make sure.
I have some money. I'm not making the same mistake.
Callie, I have no money. Also, Callie, I have 20 resources.
I do. It wasn't
3.
20.
I
Three
It
I
was
know.
3.
But
And I'm a dumbass.
so yeah, so this is it will relax you and stuff. You don't owe anything, because if you are Stefan's proteges, which I think you are, I don't think
Yes.
any of you have actually joined one of the true traditions, because Stefan was very much a man who liked to find orphans in life and help to guide them. But if you want to more guidance with my tradition, I'm more than willing to teach you our ways, the way of life and time, and it's a lot deeper than just sex, drugs, and rock and roll. But that is the beginning of things. We use the music to lose ourselves. We use the pleasures of sex. We use the thing. There are those in our tradition who are a little bit more aggressive. Have you heard of the Bacchanals or Bacchanali, Bacchus, the Maniads, and all that? They were a proto version of us that we kind of merged with that group. So there are extremists, but don't worry, I can steer you clear of those. Most of us do follow a very strict code of consent and mainly consent so that no one gets hurt. We don't want to hurt people normally, but there are those of us who don't believe as much with that, unfortunately. But like I said, I know where to find those people and steer clear of them, especially the cannibals.
Okay.
We'll keep it in mind.
Matthias is
And as
very
this is-
glad he's missing this conversation.
And as that happens, Matthias and Lily, you're out in the hallway and you call up Max. Max is like, all right, so I just talked to some couple of the cabal, getting everyone prepared and everything. The two left that we need to talk to is either Dan or the sister. Do you have a preference who you want to go talk to? I have a decent connection with both.
Let's go with the sister. I feel like I need a fucking shower.
That's fair. Yep, sister it is.
I was waiting for you to say, y'all motherfuckers need Jesus.
Y'all motherfuckers do need Jesus.
No, I know. The only Jesus I need is the one that I say during fun time.
I just want a gif of that. Just re-saying y'all motherfuckers need Jesus.
Well, you have the power to make that, cat.
I don't know how to make a gif. Anyway.
It's a gift
I
that
will
gives on
figure
giving.
it out. Yeah, we let Crystal know. She may or may not be playing half our crew with drugs. So
Yeah, of course.
get on it as soon as we can.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, if you need to, Crystal does know how to take the buzz away when needed, because it's just something you learn.
Okay, fantastic.
If needed. But yeah, so yeah, she Sister Maria is at the but there's a big Catholic church downtown, one of the oldest ones. She stays at a building off to the side that offers support for the poor.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a side door. It's a red one. Just knock on there and just tell someone you need to speak with a sister and that Max sent you, and you'll be good.
Okay.
Okay.
Max out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go get the other two.
Yeah. Go see if
The other three. Stupid fucking cat.
Okay, leave Mr. Stubbs out of this. He is completely innocent.
Got left out of Max's house.
He might have eaten Max.
Max is alive. Stefan's who you're thinking of.
Oh fuck. Okay, yeah, that's right.
I mean,
Shit.
Do you know
I
something
mean-
about the cat that I don't?
it's not Tico from Young Justice with Clarion, okay?
Oh,
Jesus.
oh god, what's
Or a
what's the
Flurgan.
cat? Yes, the Flurgan, yeah.
The Flurkin, I think,
Yes.
actually.
Goose. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
Goose.
Max, and why the hell are we carrying it around?
It's true.
So you both walk in and you see Michele just like, or however way you want it,
I'm
We
not smoking.
at least one of you are not. We have the
I
next
did get weed
destination.
tea.
Guys, I'm a professional. Don't worry.
You're looking at this photorealistic painting. Guys, I'm a professional. Don't worry.
Guys,
Doesn't
don't worry.
think like me. This thing-
That painting's really realistic.
So
We're
we
going
have...
to church. Come on down.
Yeah, we're going to the next spot.
Shit. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Because
And
it's just
I
like,
drive them to the church.
come back if you ever need anything like art supplies or paintings. I do commissions. They're a little expensive, but as you can tell, my art is pretty good. As she points to the photorealistic paintings.
You ain't wrong there.
Not wrong.
Yes, I also do other things. If you need caricatures,
Okay.
so you drive to the basilica at the center of the city. I forget its name.
The
Well.
Basilica of the Assumption.
Yeah, it might have been.
Well, I'll give Crystal one thing. At least she's really into her art. So
Yeah,
can't fault her for that.
Each painting is a doorway to the future. Future.
Mr. Stubbs, what are you doing here?
Heard you talking bad about a cat. So you pull up, find a parking spot in the city to park at so you can walk over to the church.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's actually daylight, which surprisingly for my games.
Wow. So this is Baltimore by day.
Yeah.
And you do see the red door.
I want to paint it black.
I guess let's knock on the door.
Knock on the door, yeah.
Yeah.
You just see a young woman open the door. She's wearing basically not like a full habit kind of thing, but like nunnish kind of gear, but one that hasn't taken the all the oaths, not oaths, all the vows. That's
Yeah.
it. She's like, can I help you?
We're here to see Sister Marie.
Max
who
and
ma-
us.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. She walks in. If you walks their door, the same person's like, "That's the sister will see you. Follow me."
Follow her.
Awesome.
She goes to an altar and you see like the crucifix and stuff. She's like, this is always so weird. She goes over and she moves a chalice that's on the table, and the altar itself just shifts over, and there's stairs leading down. She's like,
That's so cool.
follow me.
That's so cool.
Yeah. As you
Jesus in the Chamber of Secrets.
as you head down, you hear some like muffled sounds of exertion and stuff, like someone working out or whatever. And you walk into a larger room and you see like practice dummies, swords, and like armor on the wall, and you see what looks like a nun with a long sword, a real long sword, practicing attacking some practice dummies.
Oh, she's cool.
It's like, that is Sister Marie. If you need anything, she will help you out. Good day.
Gotta say,
Thank
not
you.
what I was expecting.
Yeah.
See a woman, she's probably older, like in her 40s, because that's so old now.
That's
Hi.
ancient. Jesus.
She's like, stops, looks at you, she's like, hello. I wasn't expecting any visitors, but I have to get the calisthenics in. Grabs
Well,
a
it's kind of
towel.
an emergency.
Yeah.
Oh, so how may I help the four of you? If Max sent you, it must be something somewhat important.
Yeah.
Right, Julie, your turn.
Oh, that's Stefan is dead.
She's like, she's like, oh my, that's horrible news. He was good man and a wonderful friend.
I'm sorry for your loss and also our loss. And I have his cat. And then I turn around and I show her my.
His loss,
Bubble.
your gain.
Mr. Stubbs. He's been around for a while. I hope you will give him a good home.
Mhm.
How long, out of curiosity?
32 years or so?
Mr. Stubbs.
Pretty sure Mr. Stubbs is older than like pretty much all of us.
Every
Mr.
single one of us.
Mr.
Yes.
Stubbs, sir.
Sir
He,
Stubbs.
He was Stefan's familiar, which extends animal lives a bit. Without
Oh,
Stefan, yeah. Oh, it's good. He would just resume aging. Without Stefan, he would resume aging from the point where he stopped aging. So it's not like an acceleration or anything.
Oh, well,
Could
that's
I make him my familiar and then he can stop aging again and I can have him for another 30 years?
Do you know the ritual to do so?
No, but I could give him my best shot.
I would recommend talking to Max and ask him to teach you the ritual. Familiars aren't really a thing my order utilizes too often.
Okay.
But I know Max has had several familiars in the past, so he might be able to teach you that. But it's very sad to hear about Stefan. When did this happen?
A couple
Uh,
hours ago.
yeah, about
It was Robert.
3-ish hours.
Robert. And I'm guessing Max sending you to warn us because he is probably going to try to hunt us down. And
Something about visiting old friends. So
Yes.
probably.
It doesn't seem like any of you are very surprised that this is happening with Robert or the fact that it's Robert.
Well, I mean, he turned on them and became
Yes.
the Sandi.
during the Ascension War, near the end, he betrayed us. And we did battle him versus a few of us. Before he left, he swore that once he gained the power, he would return to slay us all and make us, and to make us sacrifices to his new masters.
A dick.
Yes, he was a troubled man who had lots of issues. We were honestly, I saw it coming, and I tried my best to heal him and to counsel him, but he gave in too much to the darkness. I wouldn't be surprised if Dan would be his next target, since they both wore Chakravanti.
Oh shit, we should have gone to Dan first.
I didn't know that.
I mean, I assume he, well, if
well,
he
assume
was-
that's where Max is going.
yeah.
But I should be relatively safe here. His kind has much difficulty entering these hollowed halls.
Also, you know, the big
Also, you can kick
secret
the
chamber.
shit
so,
out
like,
of him too.
He's not my. I'm more an expert at saying other kinds of beasts, but if needed, I will protect myself against my fellow man. You have a question, my dear?
Okay, so this is Cat. I don't know how much training we actually got from Stefan before he was killed. Would we know of other things that exist? Because like dragons, I can understand. Okay, so we
Yes,
would know like
Cat,
vampires.
he
can
did
be a
say
thing.
that, yeah.
Yeah,
He
at
did
the
say
beginning.
he mostly educated us on, that's the most education we got from him,
Okay.
was that.
Mhm.
That was our main education.
Cool. Okay. So you hunt vampires.
They are on the list.
Somewhere on the list.
I-
I'll get to them.
My preferred play are demons.
That makes sense.
Yes, the Brotherhood of St. George, who are the vampire hunters, are still rebuilding after the incident in Bangladesh.
Okay.
I feel like Matthias just has like a notepad in his phone of like definitions to ask about later on. Just like Bangladesh ?
And it's an
Like
unfortunate thing that
emoji up arrow war question mark.
she's like, it's unfortunate our cabal broke not too long after Robert's betrayal. We united, we were great, powerful, and fought in the Ascension War very well. But ever since the betrayal, we kind of all went our separate ways for the most part. We still stay in our beloved city of Baltimore, but we are not as united as we once were. But with this news, I'll try my best to get everyone on the same page. I was always the, what's the word, mediator of the group. Some of them just didn't get along, others more so. But I thank you for that. What have you done with the body, by the way?
It's currently just in his room.
It's still in his sanctum. We didn't really have the means of or where to take him.
You didn't call like the 911 to have someone, the EMTs come to take the body to the city morgue or anything?
We didn't know at the time of.
They
who
would have
it
called the
was.
police, and then that would have been a problem because fuck the police.
I told you.
No, we put him in a trash bag and then took him up the
On
stairs.
a trash bag, not in. That's disrespectful. We didn't know who to trust, and
Okay, I have some connections. I will get some people to a sanctum to
yeah, make sure he has a
show proper respects and final rights and stuff, and as well as fulfill his last will and testament and the proper barrier, the proper way of that he wanted his funeral to be. He had planned it for several decades. I don't know. I didn't agree with everything he had planned, but yeah, final wishes.
Can I ask what he had planned?
He wanted a jazz band.
Heck yeah.
I was just thinking they want to be shot out of a cannon.
Yeah,
Gonzo
he
style.
he wanted a jazz band, and he wanted them to do another one, Bites the Dust, and the jazz. He had a sense of humor when it came to death, because he knew there was more to death, and he knows that there's life beyond this. We've visited before, so, which is really weird, but
There are so many things that we're learning about Stefan today that we didn't know.
he didn't always say everything about himself. But I mean, he was betrayed by Robert's betrayal hit him the hardest. The two of them were almost like brothers. They even developed a new language that they spoke, or it wasn't really them developing it, but they both learned Esperanto together.
That's
does that
what
sound
that
like?
language
What
was.
nerds?
It's kind of like a romancy language, like Indo-European style language. It's a mixture of German and France and Spanish and stuff.
It's
There
a
you go.
conlang that
Yeah.
much only nerds know.
Yeah, that's what I heard them talking that in a vision, the flashback, time warp.
You can just pick one and go with it, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, while you're mourning, and I know you're his proteges, if you're seeking counsel or someone to just be there for you, you're always welcome here. We offer sanctuary for those who are lost or need it. We do have our rooms aren't always the most spacious or the best, but they get the job done.
I appreciate it, but
I know
think
not
we're gonna-
everyone's really big on the Catholic stuff, but we're not
Yeah.
pushy for people who come in for
I'm also
sanctuary and stuff.
kind of interested in finding Robert.
I think I might have a way for you to find him.
Really?
Yes. But it will be dangerous.
We can handle dangerous.
So one way to do it is essentially there is a spell that I know, or a prayer, so to speak, that should be able to find him, and I can get you to him.
Getting to
Big
him might
problem.
be a problem if we go it.
Well,
If
we can also reach out to Max and Crystal and Dan and see if they're interested. And
I
maybe
don't think
come back.
Crystal will be interested. She's, as she said many times during the war, she is a lover, not a fighter. Which I do know for a
sounds-
fact that she indeed has loved many a people.
Yeah.
There are many hotel rooms we stayed at with thin walls. I prayed for her and the people she slept with, mainly so that they didn't get infected with the many STDs that were showing up. So many healing hands I've had to use.
I'm
Michele is
so
giggling
sorry.
like a child.
I do not judge my fellow mages with their stuff, but I judge her sometimes.
Yeah.
She used to,
I feel like half the group is like, I understand how that
No,
feels.
yep.
Looks to Michele.
I just worry she gets dependent on the stuff more than she should. One of the things with her, from what I understand with the Exodus cult, is that they try to learn to break the addiction and transcend above even the drugs, so that they can get that transcendence all the time. I don't think she's going to do that. I worry. Anyway, I'll probably have to call her up. I haven't spoken to her in a couple of years, ever since the Thanksgiving incident.
I have to ask, what was the Thanksgiving incident?
There's one less priest in the priesthood because of her.
So that
know
can
what? I
be
don't
taken
need to
two
know.
ways.
I don't need to
And
know.
I think I know the way it's meant to be taken.
So do I, but I choose to live in ignorance.
Yes, she thinks I'm really mad at her about it, but there's his choice, not mine. And people live their lives.
Cat no longer gets to live in ignorance now. Kev took
Anyway.
that away.
Anyway, I
Could have
can.
been assisted suicide. I mean, I'm just saying.
That's what they tell me,
better.
lover, not fighter.
Anyway, so I can do the ritual to send you to him, and you can confront him.
Give us a second. Let's let Max know, and I guess text Max and let him know that Marie found a way for us to track him down.
Or not found,
Has a way to track him down. Yeah.
What do we do if we actually, we find him? Then what?
Kick the shit out of him.
That's my plan.
Okay. How do we kick the shit out?
That's why we have
If-
all the others
if
coming with us
Steph-
too.
Stefan couldn't.
I mean,
Well, he
You
got
said
the
he
drop
got the
on
drop.
Stefan.
we'll have a
And-
drop on him.
There will be more of us than him.
Are we sure? Because that one lady knew we were coming. So how do we know that he doesn't know that we're on his trail already?
He tells me he probably does, but I don't think he's going to expect us to just show up out of nowhere.
Sister's like, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I was listening, little. Just so you know, Crystal is a master of time magic. She sees the future through her paintings. Robert is not a master of time magics like that.
What kind of
Does he
magic is
just
he
do
good
the
at?
ice
He-
magic?
That's actually relatively new. He practiced some forces, but a lot of entropy and spiritual magic, like death curses and stuff. Yeah.
Was that before or after he joined the evil group?
Before. One of the things with the Shakrabani, which Dan could probably tell you more because he's part of the group, is they believe in a cycle of reincarnation and life. So they practice death magics to help make that cycle go on by giving people what they call the good death. Something I totally disagree with. They just see, some of them see the future and who should die and when to move the circle or the cycle along. But they do it in a specific way, not to accumulate something they call Jihor, maybe, or bad karma, sin. When they start accumulating too much of this, they basically go to the kind of dark area, so to speak. So, yeah. Anyway, so that was his magics back in the day. So I'm not sure what he's accomplished. I haven't met with him in a while.
Something tells me it's not seeing him for a while might be a good thing right now.
I mean, it would be nice to know more of what he can do now, but we did see some of it. So
Yeah.
what about the rest of you? We go into this, if we're going in fighting, what is your plans? Do you need to stop somewhere and get some gear or something?
I don't even know where to begin with any of this.
Would you like to borrow a mace or a sword?
I don't think I know how to use it. Which means I have nothing in brawl. And nothing in firearms and nothing in martial arts. And nothing in melee.
God.
I am not a fighter.
What is brawl again? Like
fisticuffs.
Well, isn't that martial arts? I guess
No.
brawl is like fighting dirt, fighting like
Street fighting versus like technique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, well, you can defeat people without actually fighting. You are mages after all.
I don't know how to do that. I didn't get very far. I was kind of left to my own devices.
Level 1 goblin.
I just
dance. That's all I know how to do.
It is possible for justice to be delivered and Robert to be defeated without you getting involved directly, by gathering us all up and just being there to distract Robert slightly. It would help us get a drop on him if you want to participate. That way we get the element of slight surprise because he will be busy with talking to the four of you.
Right.
One thing I have noticed that we mages love exposition. And
Love
Robert
monologuing.
Robert was a actor for a while, so yes, he was trained in England. He had a proper acting education.
Oh, we can definitely be a distraction.
I'm great at being a distraction.
She absolutely
What are you
is.
doing? Distracting you, you big.
Shh. I'm
So-
a distraction.
We'll be the distraction while the remainder of you, Crystal, Max, and Dan perform a spell to stop him.
Well, us and one or two others.
Okay.
Whatever you need us to do. I want to at least help.
Yeah.
Well,
Kick this.
in that case, let me get a call out to some people while we're talking and give us an hour to plan, since we all kind of know what's going on now. Would you like to stay here? Or would you like to go somewhere else and wait?
No
We
real
do
point in
have
us leaving.
refreshments. Would you like some refreshments? We got tea, coffee. I think we some leftovers in the fridge from a potluck we had the other day. They
I
served
could use something to eat.
Cat really wants to make a Eucharist joke, but Mathias would not.
And we have I think the potluck there should be some leftover like sloppy joe, some cake, some of those little sandwiches that you get that have like the tuna or turkey on them things. 'Cause they're on the
That
crescent
actually
rolls.
sounds kind of awesome, yeah. Unless you guys
Oh, and jello modes.
need to do anything before we do this.
I'll just. Oh, we're waiting. We might as well just meander,
Yes.
explore a little.
Yeah, so like that she leads you to their kitchen area and they have the big old fridge with leftover stuff. She's like, please, if you can, eat the jello molds. They stay forever. There's a red one with cherries in it, and I think a green one with lime or something. I don't know. I hate those things. They're horrible, but everyone always brings them every time. They even make them in bundt cake form sometimes, which is really ridiculous to be honest.
Yeah, a little bit.
Anyone who's ever been to church knows what I'm talking about with them jellos.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
It bugs me that I do.
So what? So you open up, you see that. You also see like macaroni and cheese with raisins and stuff. It's just like,
Why would you do that? No.
Are we sure those are raisins?
No. And that's worse somehow.
They could be
chocolate chips.
cranberries.
Oh no, that's so much worse.
Well, there's so many cats in this room.
So
It never occurred to me that you have more than one cat.
We have 3.
I had no idea.
No, we got the big one. She's the only one that really wants to sit on anyone's lap. We have that's Jeanette. We have Emmy Twilight is our black cat.
I love that.
You guys saw her. the
Yeah, I
other
think
day,
we've seen the black cat because we've seen like photos of like this is the black cat, and it's just like blob of blackness on the couch.
Yeah. And then I think I shared a picture once in the Discord of the yellow cat, which is just Tip because he has the tip of his ear missing or something like that.
Oh,
I didn't get to name any of them except Jeanette. But then again, her mom was like my cat. It was Kiki.
Alright.
Anyway,
So about an hour later, Sister Marie shows up. She's like, we do have a plan and a place to rendezvous that will hopefully allow us to utilize our magics without having to worry about backlash. It's a bit dangerous, but we do have it set up to where that we know Robert will show up for it. Have any of you ever crossed the veil between our realms and the others?
No.
How many realms are there?
yes.
Okay, so this will be your first time. It's going to feel weird. So follow me and hold
It's always
hands.
good your first time.
I don't like the phrasing of any of that. But all right.
She walks you to a side room. She's like, all right, so hold hands. We will be basically
hands up.
walking through this wall. Just in a
I've
line.
read this in a book before.
It's we're crossing to the place called the Penumbra.
Shadows?
Yes. If we survive and you need mentoring, I will explain the cosmology a little. It's not my expertise. Stefan was more of the expert on things like this.
I feel like the
But Max-
qualifier at the beginning of that sentence wasn't necessary. The if.
Yes, let's go.
We
like,
conch
oh.
aligning in, or is this like more of like kindergarten where
Yeah, you're just in
No,
a
it's
line.
fine. hold the rings?
Yeah, just hold the hand of the person in front of you and you just walk through. And as you walk through, you feel this just wall, like a curtain coming past you. and you just see the world now on the other side. It looks like almost like you're in the same room, but it's a bit duller. Like the colors are faded, and you also hear this wind, and you also feel just like this tingling, burning sensation as you're in there. But you see the sister kind of like holding her chest. I'm like, oh,
You all right?
the gauntlet, as they call it, is stronger here. And several decades ago, there was a incident that created a storm that can kill or injure mages walking through. It's subsided considerably since then, but those of us who are stronger, who have stronger avatars, tend to have a little bit more trouble crossing over than younger mages.
Cool. I guess it's good that we're
Let's
making
not
these
stay
then.
here. Let's not stay here.
It only happens when you cross over to here.
Still.
Or and she just takes you upstairs and walk out, and you're in basically you're in the city, but everything's duller, like almost like perpetual twilight.
Do we see like people walking around? Are there like cars on the street or?
You do see like cars and stuff, but you don't really see people. You do see some strange like spirits and like flying around, like birds and like different animals. In the distance, you think you see like a griffin or something, just moseying around.
Is that a gargoyle?
Possibly. The penumbra is like a shadow of our realm, and some spirits use it. It's basically like a waiting room in the cosmology of things between our world and deeper into things.
Fabulous.
The benefit of being here is that what is called the consensus, which is what causes paradox, doesn't really exist as much over here.
It's looser. Paradox is less likely to kick our ass.
Yes. Well, and she leads to a place. She's like, I will be waiting for the others. Robert will probably be here momentarily. And she just walks away.
Okay.
And she's right. Within moments, you see a man
God
walk
damn
approaching.
it. I was hoping we had a second to talk.
And you see the older man, balding, wearing a suit. He's just kind of like, you're Stefan's children.
And you're the shithead that murdered him.
Yes. He deserved it.
Why?
Because him and the rest of the cabal were weak. They didn't want to do what was necessary to win Ascension Wars. They didn't want to. It doesn't matter.
Shit.
It doesn't matter
The
why. I
Ascension
think.
War is over.
What? No, it's still going. It's just a secret. The pogroms might have stopped, but they still do their thing. Anyway, I sense a part of Stefan's spirit here, and I don't know why. I was pretty sure I
God,
killed
dang
him,
it.
and
Julie. Fucking God.
it's like more than
Callie's face.
Oh, no!
more than
no,
like.
I
I made a mistake.
Father, you're here?
Speak to us, apparition.
Oh God.
He's like,
Oh, this is
more than likely
clusterfuck.
one of the cabals used a spell to mask your resonance and make it seem like his. Something they would do.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
But this is where
I didn't know.
If Mr. Tibbs doesn't kill this guy, I'm gonna. Sorry,
Stubbs.
Stubbs. I'm sorry. I don't
Mr. Stubbs. Yes.
If Sir Stubbs doesn't kill this guy, I'm gonna be upset. Because then he just was carried around useless the whole time.
He's a
Anyway.
cat. What are you expecting from him?
He's a 30-year-old cat who's a familiar. Do
He's an
something besides
elderly
watch
cat.
Mary.
So
yeah,
this
he's
is
a child cat.
so this is the part where I obviously will offer you a chance to come with me and I will be your new mentor, teach you the real ways of magic, allow you to gain power and abilities
Eat shit and
far
die.
beyond everyone else. And this is where one of you will obviously be like, no, and one of you will be tempted, and then another one of you will be like, no, we can't do this. We have to stick together in love. Do we want to just go through the pretenses and just talk about something else? Do you want to die now? Or how cliche do we want to be?
I mean, you're being pretty cliche right now.
Pretty
Yeah.
cliche.
I have
doing-
to give a speech. It's tradition.
I thought
Just
you
in
didn't
case-
give two shits about tradition.
Just in case, do you have like a backup speech that we could hear?
Oh no, you see, speeches and words and talking are actually ways of using magic and power. While I'm speaking to you, I'm actually casting protective wards on myself so that when the inevitable fight happens, I'm already prepared and I
Gotta do
already
something
have
stupid,
spells.
guys.
Can we throw the cat?
Are we throwing cat or the cat?
I mean, Cat's about to throw herself. Fuck it. No, I'm gonna punch him in his face.
Oh my god.
Yeah, let's go, Daredevil.
It's a one shot. If I die, I die.
So you just run up. Okay, so initiative.
Oh no.
Here's how initiative works.
Uh-huh.
You roll and then we die.
So initiative will be a D10 plus.
Uh-huh.
Plus. Here it is. You take your dex and wits, add those numbers together, and roll a D10 and add it to the D10 roll. Oh man, I need to write initiative down.
So,
It's like
so Dex and Wits, and then whatever you roll in a D10, you add that number to it.
yes.
Correct. If you give me the numbers, I can write them down. What everybody got down.
Oh, good.
I have to look on my phone.
This is like the first time I've had people roll initiative in forever in any of my games.
Yeah, none of our games use initiative really.
We do in BB and Blood by the Lake.
There isn't really initiative. You just kind of act.
We've done initiative. A few
I think you've done
times.
initiative a couple of times because,
We,
like,
Kev, we did it when we murdered all those fucking Nazis.
Hmm.
You had to give them some chance to attack us. Before
well,
we fucking
initiative
massacred-
in V5 is also an optional rule, so like you can do that. You don't have to though.
Yeah.
So like you might do it sometimes, but not every time. Mathias goes at 11.
Oh, I need a D10.
Kevin, I need the dice that you use in this
the
game.
one kind of dice.
I have the special vampire dice, so they don't actually work in this. So I
Oh
actually
yeah,
have to pull
because they
out a
don't have
different D10.
numbers.
Yeah.
So it's wits and dex plus what?
Plus whatever
D10
you roll on a
roll.
D10.
Okay. So the highest one you get on wits and dex, and then
No,
they add
it's
the numbers together.
oh,
The
Yeah,
full
so, like-
oh, okay.
like I have a 4 in dex and a 3 in wits, so I added 7 to mine and still got the worst so far, which is annoying.
Okay.
Especially because
So
I was like, I punch him. Everybody else was like, no, me first.
I also got a 14.
What the fuck?
Cat's just like, I punch him. Everyone else,
Ugh.
I punch him first.
Well, there is like kind of surprise runish. So if you want to say that Cat gets the first blow and then we enter
let's give
initiative,
Cat the first
That's-
slow
Yeah.
because she.
they're just like, "Ah."
Is this a pity surprise round?
Yes, yes, it is.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Do you use any magics of any kind before you
So that is a thing. I remember reading somewhere that there is a specific sphere that can be used to power punches. I don't remember what it was.
any of them potentially could? It's a
Um,
matter.
life can be used to deal like additional damage, right?
It can, yeah.
Take life. I'm gonna try and punch him with like.
Well, also with life,
necrotic
you can, like-
energy?
well, it's not necrotic. That'd be more like entropy. What it would be is like you can use life to like
Oh, like key block.
one thing you do is like make yourself stronger or like add muscle mass and stuff to your fist. You could, as you punch him, if you had just say you're disrupting his life force or his chi kind of thing with your style. Do you have forces?
No, I do not.
Do you have, what else do you have?
I have life 3, entropy 1, and mind 2.
All right, so with that, you could do some with life and entropy where you target, like, say you're hitting using entropy to like get probability, just to, like get that one really good shot into like the weak area to disrupt his like chi flow and shit like that. So those are things you could do with your
Okay.
paradigm.
And then to activate the spell, I roll my arete.
Yes.
Okay, so I have 3 dice in that. Ah.
Ah.
And because I really want this to land, I can spend a
Quintessence.
quintessence.
To gain 1 success, yes.
What's my difficulty? 6. It is a 6. Then I got
It is, hold on, you're 3. Give me 1 second to find the fucker.
that really helps navigate through this book. I can say this 700-page book, just chanting motherfucker.
Motherfucker. The difficulty is 6, yes.
Okay, so I got 2 successes. Well, 3 with my free one. 3 successes.
All right. Just looking at the shit. Okay. And then, oh, that's gonna be annoying because I only have so many of these. Okay, so that succeeds. So you need to roll now your
To punch.
your actual punch.
Okay,
Which
so I was thinking brawl and maybe dexterity.
it actually tells you this is
Oh.
bare hand is dex plus brawl or martial arts.
Okay. And why not? I'm gonna spend a willpower as well.
Trina's using magic, everyone.
I don't know where I record my willpower, but oh, here it is.
Yeah, there's a second
Okay.
bar for
Yeah, I
willpower.
see it now. I
How bad did
literally
you roll?
only got successes and failures. Sorry,
That tends
successes
to
and a
happen.
1.
I mean, that's literally everything.
Okay, so I got counting my extra success from the willpower, I got 6 successes.
All right, so
I did get a 1 that took away one of my successes though.
all right, and he gets to dodge. So how many successes was that total?
It was 6 total.
All right.
I am impressed with myself. I did not expect to roll that well. I got a 1 and everything else was above a 7.
Okay. I just doing some math here with his roll. So you reach down and you just punch him hard in the chest, and he like kind of does a flying back some, kind of like you see in a martial arts movie kind of thing.
Well, he's get on a rope. I love that.
And it's like gets up, he's like, oh, coughs up a little bit of blood, and it's just like, oh, if I didn't have my spells already ready, that could have crushed my sternum.
It's a bummer I didn't.
And now
Ah.
initiative.
Yeah.
Let's fucking
Now
open
everybody
up
else
this
can go
pit.
first.
So Lily and Julie, what are your dex scores?
Or
3, definitely.
All right, so Lily, then Julie.
Lily.
Yeah,
gotta
if you
figure
can't
out-
really
out-
think of anything, you can just do what's called dodge, which is just your entire action is just you trying to get out of the way and just being.
Well, part of it is that I still don't fully comprehend the
Mhm.
magics stuff. So
Understandable. It's a one shot, and it's not been well explained because I
then-
just haven't had time.
Well, you
and
can
then
also
the
like
and then the whole like focus stuff on that is like, oh, how does that mix in? So okay, the correspondence spheres is the relationship or space between things.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you?
So
Do you know what you want to try to do?
I'm trying to fit things into a box so that way I know what would be more realistic so I can then expand upon that. Otherwise, it's just like, yeah, you're a mage, just do whatever. And it's just like, what can I do? So maybe something like if she had something, she could like throw it at Robert and using like correspondence magic kind of like switch it out.
I mean, I feel like moving things could work for 2 dots of
If it's-
correspondence.
If it's a space thing, or shove him and like just put something there for a second, or
To
I
to
don't-
pull something that doesn't exist needs other spheres. But for corresponding, some you could do is, even though you're like so far away, you could throw something and alter the distance so that like it has the same velocity as you throwing it, but it doesn't actually go through that space and it just hits him. So that it's harder for people to block. You could increase the distance, so when you throw or something, if it's something that gains speed with distance, you could do something like that.
Just hit him with a boomerang from like 8 miles away.
No,
The
what-
sister did
boomerang
offer
now.
us weapons.
You could
what
you
you
could
do is
do
a brick and you alter the distance so it's above him.
that's something you
Are
can do.
you
and
trying to
could-
Wile E. Coyote him?
We're
I
in
don't know
Baltimore
what to
City.
do,
I
yes.
guarantee you there
Do
is a
it.
random brick in an alley somewhere.
Well, let's look at your spheres real quick and give you some.
Correspondence,
Ideas.
life, and time.
Alright.
'Cause the only other thing is just like athletics. That's the only other thing I could do, and I don't know how to.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, so something you could do because of time and correspondence, especially in this one, is you could throw something and literally speed it up while shortening the distance and effectively having a somewhat weak rail gun kind of effect with dancing. So you could basically dance and then just kind of swing yourself into him from a distance like that. You'd
That's
still have to
fucking
roll to kind
awesome.
of hit him, but you're
Right.
essentially you're doing a spin kick from a distance. Now normally that's very vulgar, but you are in the penumbra, so you don't really have to worry about paradox.
Okay, I guess I'll try that.
Yeah, you could
Just
throw an
like-
object, or you could actually send yourself there kind of thing where you just kind of punch or kick and you're not actually moving, but your punch or kick is basically shortening the distance. So you're acting as if he's in front of you, even though he's not.
That's cool as hell.
I'd rather just throw things because I don't know how squishy I am.
Well, you're not getting closer to him either way.
Whatever.
Yeah, he can't punch through your. Effectively, it's like making a Doctor Strange portal that he can't come back through. Like you know the
It
portals.
doesn't
where-
matter. I just
Okay.
want to throw.
So what are you
Uh,
trying to? What do you have to throw?
Probably like a metal like thermos or water bottle, semi full.
All right, so you roll your errate.
I just love the idea of this, like fucking martial arts movie power punch, and then a water bottle hits him from 70 feet away.
I rolled a 3 and an 8.
All right, 1 6.
Just wait till my turn, Cat.
I don't actually remember what any of you have. Because I wrote like the fluff for a lot of these guys, but Kevin did all of the mechanics.
All right, so you would want to roll since you're throwing athletics and dexterity, I believe.
Thank God. And
Dex and
over-
athletics, yes.
All right. Yep. Dexterity, athletics. 10. Oh, I just accidentally bumped one. 10, 10. Just grab everyone. That's the one I bumped, so don't count that one yet. 3 10s, a 9, a 6, a 2, and then I bumped one, and I don't remember what it was. So
Yes,
should we roll it or just count as a fail?
Roll it.
Yeah, if you don't know, you can reroll.
It's the bucket, and then 100 in my computer. 2. So, 2 2s, a 6, and a 9, 3 10s. So, for sure,
Alright.
4. I don't. I assume since we didn't say anything, the 6 also counts.
Yeah, 6 or above.
Oh, 5, and then the 2 2s.
All right.
5 successes.
Mhm.
Nice.
So you're just doing a little dance thing, and you just kind of like toss your thermos, and it doesn't. You don't see it go between you and him. It just kind of materializes and just hits him in the head. It's like, ah!
You just threw a thermos at me.
Who throws a thermos?
That's all I had.
Stephanus taught you poorly, if that's all you have. Julie,
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't agree with them.
Whatever. Julie, do something.
Julie, do the thing.
Throw the cat.
Do the thing, Julie.
I've been waiting to make that joke all night. I love your bad ideas. What are they?
I always have a bad idea. I want to stop this fool's heart. I have life and time, and also I'm very good at being witty. So I feel like I would know how a heart would stop, and I would just like to stop it for a few seconds.
Give him fucking arrhythmia.
what's
Yeah.
your life at though?
2.
Oh,
So
don't-
confirmed, Julie is just Cassandra Cain. Stopping hearts for no fucking reason.
Yeah, unfortunately, you are not skilled enough in life to do that. You need one more for life to.
More.
So, question, Kevin, you had mentioned cooperative magic as a thing. I have life 3.
But you have not talked to each other to create
No.
a cooperative spell yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fortunately, there are limits depending on your sphere levels. I'm sorry. It would be a cool idea. Add a little bit higher.
Dang. Same effect. Maybe not. Give me a minute.
Use correspondence and just kick him in the dick from a distance.
Yeah.
Dick kicks
Uh,
me.
So, is it possible that I could not stop his heart, but hit him in a specific way,
Dick.
like right
Just
here?
kick him in the dick.
Can I
It's the off button.
Punch him in the throat.
You also have a cat.
We have
do you
two
have a
cats.
cat?
Throw the cat at Mach 5.
All I can picture is Vi from Ruby.
Can
Yeah.
I don't have any brawl or anything, but would I know where with could I plead with the storyteller that I know where to punch him in the throat to where he just doesn't
Or he shuts the fuck up.
or he
Freaking
shuts the
talk.
fuck up.
It's
You're
He
welcome,
did
Cal.
straight up. He did
it's
straight
usually
up
in the
tell
middle
us
for dudes, just like right
that by
here.
talking he was using his magic.
Yes.
Yeah, just aim for the Adam's
mean,
apple. It'll hurt like a
I
bitch.
just want him to stop for a second. If it's possible that I can
mean-
just get him to stop for a second.
You don't really have to use magic to punch him in the throat.
Well, I don't have brawl or
Yeah,
firearm
Use-
or melee or anything.
Yeah. So the problem you're facing is, even with magic, you still have to get to him. So if it's you have pure magic effect or punching and stuff. So if it's pure magic, your life isn't good enough to directly affect him.
I just
you
want to
need-
do cool shit and I'm not strong enough.
But you could
Well-
potentially use correspondence to get closer to him.
So let's just think.
Lily
Give me a
thought
second.
of.
Let me look at your stuff and see what you could do. Huh.
That's a sound.
Oh, cool. You could create simple bodies. Hmm.
I could what
What?
now?
What
Great simple bodies. What do you
Yeah,
think
like-
about that?
does that mean?
You could just create a worm. Doesn't really do much, but that's.
Could I
some
create a worm in his mouth?
Fortunately,
It's the worm far away.
If I use the thing that I can get closer to him and then go like, hey, shut up, and then put my hand on his mouth and then create a worm in his mouth. Can I do that?
if his mouth is open, you could create it in there.
You throw it into his.
But like
I mean,
just
he
give me a
was just
second.
talking and being surprised that Lily threw a water bottle at him.
Yeah, I'm just trying to just give me 1 second to look
yeah.
at your spheres and give you some ideas.
Yeah,
Since this is
so-
the first time you are doing stuff,
Yeah,
Mhm.
so the way that Kevin explained it to me, the level dots of the spheres are basically at one dot you can see that spheres stuff. So you can see the flow of time, you can see the flow of different electricity or so with forces. At level 2, you can affect it. But typically it's only affect the stuff around in yourself or very near to you. And then 3 dots is where you get the big stuff of affecting others, affecting things far away, affecting
Okay.
large amounts of stuff. So that's why with correspondence 2, you can move yourself somewhere, but to move somebody else to you, you need correspondence 3.
Well, I could. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I use correspondence to
Right.
get all the way up to him, which I think I have, right? I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
Why do I keep going to look? Like, it's going to be there.
Yeah, hopefully those screenshots I sent to the Discord aren't too small.
No, they're fine. Thank you again. Thank you. I don't know if I said it before, but really thank you. What does dream mean?
That is a background that we haven't really used, which gives you prophetic style stuff, I believe.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
God, this
Um,
is Mari.
I know.
You could use life to enhance yourself. So effectively,
Could I use life to enhance my punching abilities?
yes. So you could effectively use the life to basically give yourself an extra success for punching. So it's easier to punch
Okay.
because you're essentially making your own muscles and stuff better.
Kind of like the worm thing, though. But if I can't do that, then
Well,
that's fine.
Also, remember, it has to fit you kind of thing. I just mentioned this create simple thing, but with witching and stuff, you'd probably need to do
like kill something first,
or
something.
make a potion or something to do that kind
Okay.
of stuff.
Then I'm going to basically enhance the ability of punching this man in the throat, which would I be able to give myself 2?
It depends on what you roll for your rate.
Oh, okay.
And it'll be less dots and more success autos.
And remember that you can spend quintessence to get an automatic success, but you got to do it before you roll it.
Okay, I already rolled. I got a 9 and a 10.
So you are 9, 10. Okay, that works. So now roll Dex and Brawl or Martial Arts. I got the auto successes in my head, so you don't need to add those.
Okay.
She's got to.
So would I give myself some dots in Brawl?
I know
I
it
think
just
he's already
add,
counting the
Oh,
auto successes
okay,
for
okay.
you.
Okay.
So just tell him what you get on the dice.
Well, I got 1 success because the 1 canceled out my 9, so I got a
Oh.
7.
so you basically utilizing stuff, little dance and everything, because again, you need to use your instruments and stuff, or the difficulty's harder for you to attempt things. So we'll have a way, maybe a prayer to the goddess, I guess, since you're Wiccan. Yeah, so you go and swing and stuff, and as you go to punch him in the throat, he essentially kind of catches your fist because he rolled his defense
Oh,
and
no.
beat yours. And so he's just like, well, to use the correspondence, he's more like moved out of the way so that at the last moment it kind of misses him.
Whiff.
He's like, "Whoa." And he's like, ooh, but you do know you did a lot better than you normally would with a regular punch. Like,
Okay.
it wasn't you failing, it was him succeeding.
Okay. That's good to know.
And next is Michele.
All right. Well, let's open up this pit. I have a question. So since we don't have items, I assume I have my musical instrument with me, considering
Yeah.
that's one of the ways I cast magic.
Yeah, I guess you get, yeah. So like your
Guitar.
bass, yeah.
Guitar. You think she's a bassist? She doesn't have the look of a bassist.
Oh,
She's guitar / front woman. Come on.
I don't know what you play. Could
Granted.
be a guitar bass.
A gaze. She has the one cab, the one side half of it's the split guitars, the double guitars. The one is the guitar, the other's the bass. No, that's too Kiss. And I guess so. I'm looking at my paradigm practice in Israel. I think I'm the only one at this point who hasn't cast magic yet.
First time.
Woo! And so I'm thinking, well, I'm gonna try and use so chaos magic, creations is divine and alive. I'm trying to figure out like what that means.
Chaos magic is actually the left-hand path. That is the magic of sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Okay.
Summoning dark forces.
That's not the part I actually was having trouble with. The paradigm, like the creation is divine and alive.
So what
Basically,
Go ahead.
yeah. So creation, divine, and alive is essentially all things are living. All things come from a divine source, and that is by understanding the connection between you and the divine source that your magic works.
All right.
It's a yeah, simple one. Like so, if we play it and you create characters, it'll be a lot easier because you actually get to read through
Praying
the
to the
different
gods
paradigms.
of rock and roll. Ronnie James Dio, carry me to victory. And I'm going to use. Well, I'm going to try to use my magic of. Where is it? I'm on the wrong page. There it is. Not prime forces. I'm going to try to channel elements at him through the power of rock and roll.
Space mage, use fire.
Yeah, that's my plan. And it's not punk, but I do have a song for this. Because I am me.
Yes, so to create elements would actually be the prime and the forces.
Well, I have both of those, so
Yeah.
Oh shit.
those are actually
Yes.
my 2 strongest ones too.
Yeah, so prime is good because it can create that from nothing.
Yeah.
That's one of its key things.
So
Forces by itself, you'd have to,
have the
use
fire
something-
around.
yeah.
All
So
right.
you'd be like M. Night Shyamalan benders and not
Oh,
like
sweet.
the Avatar benders.
All right, yeah. So I'll use both those spheres, and I will I will start get some music going for everybody to enjoy.
So roll your rate.
So a rate, I have to roll 2 dice.
Her avatar is 3. Does that make her a rate higher?
No,
Okay.
Avatar does not connect to your
Oh,
rate.
I am, however, going to spend a quintessence. See, that gives me an auto success, right?
Mhm.
I'm not fucking this one up. All right. And
Not fucking this all up. Ones. Fuck.
nope, I got 2 successes. I
She's
got
not
an 8
me.
and a 6. And then a 5.
All right. So you channel, you start playing some tunes and shoot a jet of flame from your guitar, I guess. I mean,
more or less-
how do
She
Yeah.
more or less does like I'm gonna. So do I have to do it from close to him, or can I do it from slightly far away? That is the next question. I assume I'd have to have correspondence to make it go distance.
no, yes and no. Without correspondence, all magic is within the realm of your senses.
Oh, okay, so I could so
yeah.
more or less as she's like she just does a big down strike and just fire explodes underneath him. I'm gonna say that.
All right. See, fire explode. Yeah, he gets sent
Fucking-
flying backwards, singed and
It's
stuff.
concert pyrotechnics.
Hell yeah, that's why I'm doing it. I mean, Kat, watch the video.
He gets up. You just see like these burns on his face and stuff. He's like, ah. Stephanus taught one of you something.
I'm right here. It's
And
fine. I only went 8 years ago.
He holds up his hands. He's like, my turn.
Oh no.
You are injuring him, by the way. He's not just,
He's not just
Thank you.
fucking taking it.
yeah.
Well, you got burned.
Yeah, damn right he did.
Because in this game, there's 3 levels of damage: bashing, lethal, and aggravated. Bashing is punching, hitting. Lethal is like guns, bullets, stabby. Aggravated is I'm sending God's fire off your ass.
By the whole by the power of God and
By the
anime.
power of
And
pyrotechnics.
this gun I found.
Basically.
All right, so all of you need to roll a Dex and Athletics difficulty 6.
Dex.
Okay.
Athletics. Sweet.
Okay,
4 successes for me.
Oh no. Oh god, thank God. I got all successes, so 3 successes.
2, 3, 4 successes, and none of those are ones.
Okay. Well, dang it. I got a 1. But I got 4 successes.
So
Did
that was the
everyone
one?
4?
3 of us got 4. Yes. Callie, I think, got 3 successes, right?
Yeah, that's all I had to roll.
Yeah.
All right.
We all rolled pretty
So everyone but Callie, everyone but Julie takes 2 lethal damage.
Ah!
He takes 3 lethal. As lethal, by the way, if you look at your chart, click it twice and it should give you an X.
I can't.
Oh.
All right,
Oh.
I'm gonna try to get roll 20 up again.
So
Katrina
are
has access
bruised
to your
and now
character sheet.
injured?
Yeah.
Or no, we're bruised and now hurt?
I believe so. Yeah, Katrina has access to it. so she can-
Yeah, so we are now injured. Wait, who took we took
Julie.
2 and Callie took 3.
Yes.
So Callie would be injured, we would be hurt? Because I assume bruised and then hurt
Yeah.
scrolls
Yeah,
up.
Bruce
okay.
is for
Julie
Okay, I
was
wanted
the
to make sure.
closest, unfortunately.
as he just gets up and you just see him moving his arms around like this, and black lightning just comes from the sky and hits all 4 of you.
The
Fucking
DC
Palpatine.
superhero?
Oh yeah.
God damn. That's the power he got there. Now he's playing the power.
Ultimate power.
Unlimited power.
Stop it. We can't make this guy too
Um,
cool.
And because
I
it's
mean,
getting late,
Sidious is
I-
not cool.
Sidious was cool in a few things.
He did
Just
it
not
episode
really
nine.
early.
Name a few.
The fight between him, Darth
And
Maul,
Yoda.
and Darth Maul's brother in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Was it Oppressed Savage or Savage Oppressed?
Yeah,
Oppress.
Savage Oppress.
Savage Oppress.
Yeah.
I shouldn't
Which
have
is-
asked.
Yeah,
Okay,
essentially,
there's a lot of Star Wars nerds in this call.
yeah, if there's Star Wars and it's say something's cool, it's probably from the Clone Wars.
Yes.
You're not wrong.
Also,
Made
spoilers.
they even made Dooku cool.
And he made Jar Jar tolerable and awesome.
Nah.
Jar Jar
Hmm.
is cool in Clone Wars. Like he straight up, okay, he's
Not
still a
cool,
little
but
annoying,
he's-
but like
Yeah, he's not bad. He's an acceptable
Anyway.
character.
Anyways,
you said, it's getting late.
Yeah, so again, like, so we're going to speed up to a little bit more narrative just to finish up because it is 11:30
Yeah.
our time. If you're watching this afterwards, it's 11:30 at night right now where we're filming.
Yeah.
Filming. I make it sound like we're so sophisticated. We are filming tonight's episode.
Oh yeah, filming. Definitely not just using the record button on Zoom. Anyway,
Yes. So as you are hit him and stuff, he gets up, does the lightning thing, and it's like you see him like speeding up to do more. Like he's using time magic to essentially move on, and then you see him like doubling up as if he's using correspondence in life to duplicate himself some.
cool. So he's
Which are
preparing to kick our asses.
Yeah, which are things you can do with high enough spheres. But as he's about to do it, you notice that like the duplicates start fading a little, and he looks around, and you basically see the other cabal, and their the sister is like praying, canceling, basically using counter magics on him. And as they're doing that, how should we finish him off?
get
since he's got
distracted, dumb fuck.
He's like, curse the monologuing. As he turns his back, and Julie shoves a worm in his throat.
Finishing move.
Yes.
She just you pull out the knife Wiccans always have and just
Gotcha, bitch.
stuff on
Just
his
standing
eye.
there with a knife, and then the
No,
cat
no, let's
backpack.
be fair. The cat stabs him.
But yeah. So just imagine a mage battle as everyone's fighting. You know,
I'm providing
well,
background music.
yeah. And at the end, do any of you actually want the killing blow, or do you want the other guys to accomplish it?
Mathias would help, but he's not gonna like try and get the killing blow. He doesn't really care all that much about grandstanding.
I'm going to say Michele absolutely tries to take the killing blow with the last note of her song. The best, the ultimate finish.
Just swing the axe itself. See guitar.
You know, like I posted the song for your fly and just bang bang, and just that's what finishes it.
And as he is finished, yeah, if we didn't last so late, it would have been more
Less
Detail.
cinematic, more detail.
yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
yeah, but it happens. He lays there and everyone's like, well, that's over for now.
We-
Hopefully he doesn't return.
I'm sorry. What? Do we just
It
leave
just
him here in
happened?
the penumbra, or
Oh,
Can
we
he
were going to
come back?
cremate.
Yeah.
I
okay,
mean,
no,
he's
like
already
that.
he is already extra crispy.
It's plausible, but not likely.
I like the better safe than sorry method myself. So
We'll
Yeah.
take his body to cremate it and say certain prayers and rituals to hopefully prevent any spiritual resurrections.
Mathias would offer to help carry him.
And then we cut to a day or two later as Stefan is laid to rest in a thing. Everyone, you see several people around, like about 12 other people, quite a few you don't recognize. Burying the body. Mr. Stubbs is there, just
I know what Michelle's doing.
Where did
She's
we bury the
playing a
body?
jazz cover of Another One Bites the Dust.
Yes.
Because she knows multiple instruments, so she definitely picked up a bass for this. You're welcome.
he is. Yeah, just one of the ones in Baltimore,
Cemeteries.
so,
Okay.
yeah, Green Mount or something like that. Yeah.
Now.
And that is where we're in for the night.
Just walk off into the distance. Camera zooms in on Mr. Stubbs.
As another one bites the dust is playing in the background.
Mhm.
Just zooms in on Mr. Stubbs. Revenge is mine, finally.
Mr. Stubbs, come on.
So we're in there. Hopefully you had fun. I know the ending was a bit rushed just because it was getting really late for us, unfortunately.
It happens.
It happened, especially with a one shot that we prepared in less than 48 hours.
It's great.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll have fun. And
course.
we're not going to do any real plugs or anything tonight because it's just a random
Yeah.
one-off one that we
Yeah.
have. Not even sure when this is going to post. Eventually, when we get time, no.
One day.
It will be there somewhere.
Yeah, when you're watching this, we have posted it. If you're
Yeah,
not watching
if I
this,
remember,
we didn't.
there will be stuff in that direction for watching our other videos. So go check that out.
So with that, thank you for joining us for this wondrous, magical one shot for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.